think Fernando Mendoza would be at the strip club, and every time the DJ would play like an air horn or something, he would cover his ears and say loud noises.
What made you like the under?
Have you ever done eeny, meeny, miny, mo?
Here's the lineup. Goots, please don't splurge every time I name a name. Gunnar Henderson.
Oh.
She goes on a date with this guy, goes back to his apartment, and he does Muay Thai. And he moves the coffee table out of the way and asks her if he can show her his Muay Thai moves. You know what? I'm sick and tired of this mush bullshit. If I tweet I'm going to bet somebody and something goes horribly wrong or they get injured the next play, it's like, yeah, you mushed them. I get it. Yeah. I believe in the mush. I believe in jinxes. I'm a superstitious guy when it comes to this stuff. So AC Milan is Italy.
And that's Milano. Milan is Milano. Got it.
Check. 1, 2. How do we look? How do we sound? Back in the studio over
Back
here.
in the studio.
Steak, what a hat. Lovely hat. Great shirt. What a fit. By the way, when you go about your day after the show, do you change? Like, is this your board review fit, or do you usually stick with what you're wearing for the rest of your day?
It depends, because I'm either going to do car stuff, then I'll keep this outfit on, or I'm going to the gym. If I'm going to the gym, I obviously got to change.
So you're not a morning gym guy. Well, you can't be. You have to get your kid ready and everything like that. I
would love to be a morning gym guy, but yeah, no option with it's pretty much wake up with your daughter, balls to the wall till you get her to school, have breakfast, and do this stream.
Yeah. And so you're an afternoon workout guy, which also, I mean, either one works. I go to the gym sometimes too. If I have a light day and I didn't go in the morning or whatnot, I don't mind it because there's nobody at the gym. The mornings and the evenings are so busy. I can't do evenings. It's just too much.
I think maturing or growing up is realizing that morning workouts are the best.
Yeah.
They're just the best.
Yeah. Even, well, you probably do this, even if you can't go to the gym in the morning, even just like starting your day with a nice walk is the way to go. You know, like get up and move and get some sunshine if you can, and whatnot. Anyways, great to be back. Good to see you all. Thank you very much, Dragon Slayer, for the welcome back. Bro really knows how to sniff wine. Thank you very much. I will. I tried on his fucking head. That's right.
You did.
Yeah. I don't know anything about wine or how to, wine etiquette, but I did pretty good. Also, shout out Tums, no free ads.
I gotta stop you. Sorry. We're at like a level 7.
Whoa.
5 subs from Brinks. 5
Whoa.
Resub Nerfy Chad, sub Jesus, resub Money Habits. We are up and moving. The vibes are high. Level 5 hype train. We've unlocked a new emote. I don't know what the fuck that means, but it sounds awesome.
Level 5 on a Monday at 10:06 a.m. is pretty fucking solid. I think you went through everybody, but shout out to Rav and Brinks for the 5 gifted, and Steak always starting the party. Nice job. Fake Sharps are back. Good to see you. Trice Picks. Steak, is your wife okay? Is he talking about Paulo or like your actual wife?
Either way, no.
Okay. Look at Lee Battle 28. Thanks for the sub. Brinks Picks W. Love seeing that. Love nice politeness and manners. Swizzer says YouTube chat is lonely. YouTube, what's up? You're always acknowledged. We love YouTube chat. RedTube chat. Let me hear you scream. Give it a like and sub while you're in there. Hold on. I wanted to mention something real quick. Rav said something. Jeff Sunday slandered my name, but I will still glaze him. Did I slander Rav?
No, I think maybe he heard secondhand on the Yap that we were talking about him athletically. But I just want to say, Rav, you got to run it back. You got to actually listen to the episode and hear what we said. I don't think there was any slandering. I just think we want to watch you do something that you're good at.
Yeah. You got to be careful, especially with Biev. This guy is not good at relaying what he heard. You ever played the telephone game? Biev would be a horrible guy to play the telephone game with.
Yeah, Biev takes the telephone game and adds slurs.
Yes, exactly. Like you'll say something. He'll take 10% of what he heard and then mash up the other 90%. No, but I think if anything, I thought I defended Rav because we were talking about athletically. He's sneaky unathletic, which is kind of. I mean, I think that's true. I think you would agree to that. But maybe he's better at something. I said he might be a lacrosse guy. You said horse jockey.
Yeah.
which
I didn't realize. Yeah, I regret that now running it back because I didn't realize people would take it as a short joke. I'm not making a short joke. I'm 5'10", I just thought that Rav would be a good jockey. He's
Yeah. Well, and again, it's funny. My whole week of being on the West Coast, I was in the woods for half the time with no service. Then even when I was in Napa, I didn't get great service. And I got a text from you, the Derby, like, you telling me you can't see Rav on one of these horses? That was really.
I was like, I'm going to leave him alone all weekend. He deserves a weekend off. I'm not going to text him any sports stuff. I was watching these horses walk out to the gate, and I'm like, I got to text him, dude. I have to text him.
Oh man, W Rav though, we're big Rav guys, always have been. Good vibe from the start. More subs are coming in. This is actually this is getting good. This is getting real good. Ball talk. Resub 15 months. The motherfucking boys. Glad to see Jeff got back safe. Thank you very much, Ball talk. Long day of travel yesterday. 68 sleep score, but I'm feeling good. And the weather out here in New York is lovely. Had a nice, smooth cross country 5-hour flight. What more can you ask for? Thank you, Steak.
What?
You're putting your camera down, so now our heads are even.
Nah, Snacks was asking about my shirt. It is a John Cena shirt.
Oh.
It goes hard as fuck. This shirt goes hard as fuck.
I don't want to be the guy to ask you if you could put your camera down because I'm always the one being,
Want me to try it? Let's see.
No, you're good. Right there. You're fine. Yeah, you see how like we're level? That's great. Sometimes you're like that because your camera's back, but that's perfect. You look great. We got more subs coming in. Matt Lat 30. One more and we'll get a hype train level 6 in the next minute. I believe we can do it. I believe in all of you. Slim Smith.
Give me one sub, guys. I normally don't ask, but let's get to level 6.
That's true. We're pretty good about not asking for subs. Nice giveaway, by the way. Somebody you did a teal book with an X giveaway, and somebody nailed it, didn't they?
Three people won. I'm gonna have to reach out to the corporate office and figure out how they want to do that.
Okay, great job. Got a lot of buzz on that giveaway. We should get back into the giveaways a little bit during the slow season. I'll do the kind where I do the giveaway and then I take 3 weeks to pay the winner. Trent's Addy plug. Jeff Sunday back in action. Hello, Trent. Trent's Addy. Good to see you. Steak, that wild hat goes hard. Yeah, it does. Scott Quaid in YouTube. Jeff, how was the wine spinning? Wine spinning was great. There we go. Hemi Neutron. We love the
name. What a name. What a guy. Level 6.
Level 6. Jeff and Steak, what's up, fellas? Good to see you, Brian C. W Scammer. Mahoney says Magic Fire Coach. Is that official?
Official. Hitler dead.
Yeah. We have a lot to discuss. We have a lot to talk about. And I don't want to hog the ball or hog the mic. We can talk a little bit about my trip. We could talk a little bit about the Magic, since that seems to be top of mind. We could talk a little bit about Kentucky Derby. I think what we're going to do on this Monday, since it is the recap, is Snowman in here because we don't love starting the recap without him, because then we have to recap the recap. There he is. Magic getting the Hoosier Dusty May. Wow. Talk about Magic and how South Franz is. Okay. What do you I was going to say, I guess since that just happened, we can discuss it. Let's and again, good morning, everybody. Hype Train level 6. We appreciate all the subs and the vibes, getting back into it. Missed you guys. Good to be back. And Steak, again, I know I bust your balls all the time. We bust each other's balls all the time, but great job holding down the fort a couple days last week while I was gone. Thank you to everybody who showed up. Krabs, Jovan, Snowman. Did you have anybody else?
Krabs, Jovan, Snowman, and BK.
And BK. Nice job, BK. BK apologized to me yesterday. He said, did I get you in trouble? I guess he said the names of some sports books.
Over and over and over. He said, I didn't even know there was as many sports books that existed as BK said on that stream.
Did you say anything to him?
I think that Goots was in the chat and started yelling at him.
You. So that's kind of the problem. You didn't nip it in the bud.
I was going to say, I don't actually think I caught it that quick.
Because you don't pay attention. I was
trying to, I was busy.
Yeah. You're busy reading the chat. No, it's okay. It's busy reading the chat. You've got, it's all right.
There's way, you know what? I'll tell you this, man. There is way less chat reading when you're the host. So I'll give you credit for that. You nailed that. It's so much harder. Like I said, when you're trying to host, it's much more difficult to read the chat.
Yeah. So now you realize it's nice if you giggle at a comment. It's just nice to know what you're giggling at.
Yeah. We're working that today.
Yeah. Okay. 4 minutes of being nice to Steak, and now Dictator Jeff is back. LMA, blah, blah. I'll be in Orlando tomorrow, fellas. Going to the Orange Lake Resort. I don't know if I've ever been, but I'll have a good time. No, I don't think so. All right, let's talk Magic. We streamed Friday. I was outside freezing my balls off in Napa, but we made it through as much as we could. Steak, you got me up to speed in the NBA. That was excellent. I did I wasn't as tapped in. I still did a really good job of being off my phone, not trying to be too tapped in with Twitter content. I posted a couple things about wine. I don't know if I could have done more or less, but I really wanted to just detach, and it felt really good. But I do know that even before I told Greg, I told you I had a confession. I took the Pistons to win the series live. I did. I threw like $75 on it because I knew that was going to happen. You can call me a bad fan. I don't give a fuck what you say.
Yeah. Oh,
not you. I mean, people in the chat. I know you're a reasonable guy, but we got people coming out left and right being like, "Oh, you're a Magic fan. You don't think the Magic are gonna win?" No, grow the fuck up.
I think the problem that people don't understand is you want to lose that 75.
Yeah, of course. That's the thing. You will pay. I always try to explain this to people. You will pay to see your bet lose. I'm not going to put a significant or substantial amount of money where if I lost that, I would be actually affected and upset by that. That is an emotional hedge. But also, we just been around the block enough. I don't know what to tell you. I guess if you're in your 20s, you get a pass from me. Like, I kind of understand. But if you're getting closer to 30, and you just blindly bet on your team to win and succeed and everything like that, grow the fuck up. All right. That's all I got to tell you.
When they're the Orlando Magic.
Yeah, dude, give me a fucking break.
I love the Orlando Magic. I can't be realistic about what they are as a franchise.
Let's talk about the game you went to, Steak. So we'll recap. We'll go back to Friday. The Detroit Pistons won this game 93-79, but you witnessed history. And I'd love to know how it was. The Magic in this game were up at halftime 60-38.
Yes.
The second half of this game, the Pistons scored 55 points in the second half. The Orlando Magic scored 19. They scored 11 in the third quarter. They scored 8 in the fourth quarter. I am not sure I have ever seen that in my entire life. And I am not going to come up here and tell you that it was rigged or they were gambling or this or that or whatever. But the only way I can explain how a professional basketball team scores 8 points at home in the fourth quarter after scoring 11 points in the third quarter, it really does feel like there was some fuck shit going on. However, you were there. And I'm not saying that because I know this Magic team. We know this Magic team. This is what they do. They go droughts without being able to score. It is unfortunate. Franz Wagner got hurt. And I don't know how the series would have played out if he stayed healthy. But I'd like to hear what it was like seeing that in person. The Orlando Magic, my buddy, sent me a tweet, who is not a Magic fan, not even really a big basketball fan, big gambler. But he sent me a tweet, and it was that the Magic set a record for the most consecutive missed shots in the playoffs. And I think it was 27. So what was that like seeing it in person?
All right. I have a lot to say, and I'm going to try to get it all out articulately.
Sure.
It was one of the worst nights of my life. And I know that's crazy. Maybe I haven't been through enough pain for me to say that, but there's a few things that have happened, and then there's this game. It was really one of the worst nights of my life. I haven't really experienced this type of pain. Honestly, I've been working on not being this invested into sports, so I don't feel this way like the way I felt after this Magic game. The last time I can recall feeling this upset was when Blair Walsh missed that field goal. Mm-hmm. And I was a lot younger then, and I was really, really invested into sports. Our boss was a Seahawks fan, as you know. He was next to me. That wasn't fun. That was like my worst sports moment, that missed field goal. This game, man, up 60-38 at half when I was in Pittsburgh for game 3 or 4. I'm watching all my friends have the time of their life. I got home late, watched the end of the Magic game in bed. Jamal Cain has that dunk, and my wife looks at me and she's like, "You probably have the biggest FOMO ever." I was like, "You have no idea how bad I would want to be there for that dunk." So then I'm thinking, this is my moment, man. We're stroking threes in the first half. We're up 22 points. I'm telling you, I am right. I'm literally right by the Pistons bench. They are dead in the eyes. The only person on the Magic, the Pistons bench who you could still believed was Cade Cunningham, and we'll glaze him later. He's fucking incredible. Mm-hmm. But the Pistons were absolutely dead in the eyes. And the only way you could give them life is if you play as bad as the Magic did in the second half. And to make it worse, in the first half, I'm sitting under the basket. So they were shooting on the opposite basket in the first half. I was under the basket where they missed all the shots. I mean, I was froze, bro. I was legitimately froze for minutes at a time. I don't think I said a word to my friends. I don't think I said anything. I don't think I stood up. There's times where I felt like I couldn't move, legitimately paralyzed. That's how awful of an experience it was. And there was these Pistons fans in row one, which not mad at them at all. I fuck with Detroit, to be honest. I'm not really a Detroit hater. So now that the series is over, we can get that out of the way.
Mhm.
I respect Detroit sports fans. I respect Detroit. They weren't even obnoxious, but seeing how exciting they were getting, realizing that they had a chance, was just also killing me inside. That was peak Orlando Magic fandom. Franz, Trent, I saw Trent's Addy plug calling him soft. I try to stay away from like the injury thing, but it's getting to a point where like, what can I say about Franz Wagner? Like, what can I say? He was shutting down Cade Cunningham. He had 24 turnovers in 3 games. We were up 3-1. He goes out and Cade goes absolutely crazy. Looks like one of the best players in the NBA. And I have to call Franz soft a little bit, not for sitting out game 5, but for not being able to get back to 6 or 7. I hate commenting on injuries, but God, I really wish he would have played. Miserable experience. If you would have had this stream with me yesterday, I legitimately still would not have been recovered, and I'm not joking.
Yeah, well said. I guess that's about what I expected. So here's what I want to know from someone who didn't watch the game. Who on the Orlando Magic, like without Franz, he's kind of our bucket guy. He's our scorer. Paulo has been awesome in the playoffs, and he's averaging, 28 points per game or something like that. It's something you love to see from your 23-year-old, but we understand just Paulo as a whole, he can shoot toward eights. He's not a great scorer. What I guess my question is, when the Magic needed a bucket with no Franz, was there anybody that was like shooting the majority of the shots? Were they trying to go down low? Were they trying to go into the paint? Did they miss bunnies? Did they miss floaters?
They were missing jumpers. Desmond Bane is the guy that comes to mind, and then Jalen Suggs. As I go into this offseason, I'm not gonna glaze Paulo as much as Twitter is glazing him, because you just said it. He is still a pretty bad shooter. He was definitely taking most of the shots. He had an amazing game 5 and an amazing 7. He's not a good shooter. He's a good basketball player. If he develops a jump shot, I think he'll be one of the best players in the NBA. But as of right now, NBA players dare Paulo to shoot all the time. You watch it, it happens. Yeah. Desmond Bane was awful. Jalen Suggs was actually something worse than awful. He was the R word. That tweet where it says, if you put Jalen Suggs' brain inside a dog, it would start mooing.
Love it.
Watching that in amazing tweet. Watching that in real life, you see like Jalen Suggs was lost. He's on my shit list for this entire offseason. Jalen Suggs is on my shit list. He was horrible to watch. It felt like in game 7, it was 6-on-4 and Jalen Suggs was playing for the Pistons. That's how bad he was.
So what's really upsetting is I remember watching the first game of that series. Do you remember this? Suggs was our spark plug. And
that's what he is.
Yeah. He started the game. What was it? 2 for 2 from 3. He hit 2 quick threes. He ended 3 for 10, which was unfortunate. But he was doing everything. He was playing defense. He was hustling. I just don't understand what changed from him. He's such a frustrating player. And then there was another game in the series. Maybe it was game 4 where he was like 1 for 10 or 1 for 12, but he was plus 17. And someone tweeted like, he's the most confusing basketball player. And he really is. I don't know.
He was still horrible in that game. I want to be clear. Sometimes your plus minus is just nonsense. And that was one of those games where Jalen Suggs plus minus was nonsense. He was fucking dog shit in that game.
So tour dates would be like you look at a shirt and a band is touring and they're in your city May 19th. So it's 5 for 19. They're in your city July 22nd. That's 7 for 22. Does that kind of make sense? August 31st, 8 for 30.
But what if they're in your city November 12th?
Sure. Yeah, of course. No, it's very fair. It is a little bit of a Gen Z thing that I don't say all the time, but it did roll off my tongue maybe twice. So that's fine. We don't have to talk.
Hefe's question, and I think you're going to be surprised to hear my answer to Hefe's question. I don't think Paulo rised as much as Twitter is acting like he did.
I don't think so either.
I know those two, the 5 and the 7, and everybody looks and they saw the showdown with Cade and they think like Cade and Paulo for years to come. I'm just want to let you know, as a realistic Magic fan, Cade Cunningham is light years ahead of Paulo Banchero at this point in their careers right now. I'm sorry, I'll probably upset a few Magic fans out there if we got any listening. I have a lot of faith in Paulo. I'm his biggest fucking fan. At this point right now, Cade Cunningham is steps and steps ahead of Paulo Banchero. Anybody with eyes, I feel like could see that.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that because it's true. And it's better coming from you than a guy like me. But I love Paulo as well. I mean, again, I have a Magic shirt with Paulo on, and I wore it all over the south of France. I love Paulo, but I have serious concerns about him. Maybe it had something to do with this tumultuous relationship with the head coach. I do not know. But Cade Cunningham is so far and away the better basketball player. And let's talk about him for a second. I tweeted this as I was watching the game. If I was a young kid, and when I was young, when I started watching basketball, the first guy I fell in love with as a professional basketball player was Gary Payton. Gary Payton was my guy. Loved everything about him. Tried to kind of emulate my game of his. Then I also love Sean Kemp. But then, of course, being in Orlando, you love the Magic players, whatever. Dennis Scott, Nick Anderson, et cetera, et cetera. If I was growing up today, I was 8, 9, 10 years old and I was watching basketball, Cade Cunningham would be my favorite player. And there's a lot of guys. I was thinking about this, like, as much as I shit on the NBA and it's really, really, like, it can be a really brutal product at times, the league is in pretty good hands. Like, there's some really good young NBA superstars. You don't really think so?
No, you just brought a smile to my face because people want to so badly pretend like it's not, because we're coming to the end of LeBron and we're coming to the end of Kevin Durant, and the league is in very good hands. There are some really, really good young players.
Yeah, Anthony Edwards is my guy. Like, I am an Anthony Edwards guy because he has, to me, what Kobe had, RIP, where he gets on the basketball court and he's just a fucking killer, like straight up killer. Not there to make friends, not there to be your buddy, not there to smile. I call it the anti-Gerald McCoy. You know what I mean? He is just a bad fucking dude. I love everything about him. But yeah, I mean, there's some young players in the league that are good, and some that still do things like Luka, where I don't enjoy. SGA needs to get a little bit better, but I'm a SGA slurper big time.
I want to cut you off on Ant real quick. I think you just had a ball no or take without realizing it. I think people that don't watch basketball tell you that Ant's the next Jordan, and people that do watch basketball would tell you that Ant's the next Kobe. He's way more Kobe than Jordan.
Damn, that's a fucking hell of a take. We just alley-ooped each other there. By the way, we did the Dwayne Wade LeBron alley-oop. Yeah, I straight up, you and I are Detroit guys. We're big Detroit guys. The city, the fans, and none of the teams really bother me or piss me off. So I always kind of how I feel about Buffalo. I have a soft spot for Detroit sports. I would like them to succeed. Obviously, I wanted the Magic to win the series, but I really like Cade Cunningham, and he's definitely a bright spot for the league in general. Let's keep it moving because again, I don't want to spend all the time on the Orlando Magic, but
no, that was perfect.
Yeah, that was good. Let's keep it moving, and we'll talk about the next series as well. But we really want to do a heavy NBA recap today because there is so much to discuss. So after we left off on Friday, staying on that night after Game 6, we can talk about the Raptors Cavs later. Let's go to the other series that ended with the Lakers Rockets.
Real quick, lightning reaction question. And then we're done with Magic. Who would you rather have as coach, Billy Donovan or Dusty May?
Billy Donovan, it seems to me like, I guess. Where is Billy Donovan right now? Is he with the Bulls?
I don't think he's with anybody.
Okay, where was he?
Bulls.
He was with the Thunder and then the Bulls?
I don't think he had any job after the Bulls.
Even one of the pros. Yeah, he hasn't won anything in the pros. No, I totally understand that. Yeah, he was with the Thunder and the pros. But I'm also I guess here's where I'm at. Okay, when it comes to the Magic, let me try to explain this to you guys. The Magic are a roster full of a lot of young, fun, exciting potential, but they are too young. They need an adult in the room, and they don't really have that. I thought Jamal Mosley was a good coach. Apparently he's not, but I also kind of understand his side of like, Paulo must be a frustrating dude to coach at times because he plays like a guy that he's not. However, Mosley clearly was not a good X and O's guy. He just wasn't.
No.
I have no problem with Dusty May. Part of the reason when we talked in the offseason that I liked Michigan to win it all was strictly because of Dusty May. I think he seems like a good dude and a good coach, but I don't know about the first year jump from college to a team like the Magic. I almost think I'd rather take a guy who has been in the pros and failed for a team like this, if that makes sense.
It makes sense. I have a weird take. Why the
Sure.
fuck would Dusty May want to leave Michigan? You literally just reached God level on this campus. You're probably seen as one of the best, hottest up and coming, not even up and coming anymore, best coaches in college basketball, and you're reloaded. Michigan probably has the second best roster going into this college basketball season. They got some transfer portal guys. They got guys back. I don't know why Dusty May would want to leave Michigan. Not ever, but right now it'd be crazy.
I've got a thought on that. By the way, real quick, Aloha Bets with a sub. Morning, fellas. Good morning, Aloha Bets. Always good to see you. Snidesy as well. Been subscribed for 4 months. Happy Monday, friends. Good to see you. Because you are on top. You went there. You coached, 2 seasons. You got your championship. It's an NIL era that's very strange and very weird. You got every guy you wanted. It all worked out. It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard to repeat that success. Like, he's already got there. Most coaches want to coach at the pro level. If you're Dusty May, the Magic job seems like a pretty good job. Let's be honest.
I disagree, because I think Dusty May just absolutely murdered the NIL, and he's going to continue to do that. The team he just put together at Michigan was all that.
No, I understand. I understand.
5-star freshman on that team. It was a bunch of guys, and I feel like it's because he's so good at it. Like, I don't think it was a lucky. I understand how hard it is, no matter how good your team is, to go to that tournament and win it. It's the hardest tournament to win, even if you're the most talented team like Michigan was. But man, it just feels like it's just many, many more years of Michigan going to Final Fours and Dusty May being a legend.
Well, yeah, but it's harder to repeat this success than it is to get it the first time, I think.
Yeah, I don't know if it's going to be hard for them to repeat this success.
Like, look at the Celtics, for example. I know the pros is different than college.
Yeah.
But I mean, you're the Celtics. You have your championship. You got 2 young stars in the Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. It's not easy getting back there. And I think you almost in a way had lightning in a bottle. That Michigan team, he had every guy perfectly at their positions. And they were statistically one of the best college basketball teams ever for half the season. That's really hard to do again. It just is.
Well, watch.
If he wanted to coach in the pros, I would make perfect sense for him to do it. But anyways, little shoot him up. Good to see you. I think he'd want a situation like Dagnalt. Fuck is that?
Thunder.
No, the Thunder guy. Yeah. All right. So Lakers end the series with the Rockets, 98-78. I don't even really know what to say too much about this, other than, kudos to LeBron, kudos to the Lakers. The Rockets kind of made it interesting, but I'm so glad this Rockets team is done playing basketball. I guess I was way wrong about Sengun. I love Sengun at the beginning of the season. It turns out he's a soft bitch. Not a type of player that I would find myself rooting for the majority of the time. And I don't know. Well, I guess the only thing to really talk about here, because we'll get into the round 2s later. What does Kevin Durant do?
Yeah, this is one I think we've covered pretty much throughout the weeks, because this series ended exactly the way it started, with Kevin Durant being a bitch and the Rockets young nucleus. I think they took the biggest hit to their stock, because you look at this Rockets team and you're like, okay, so who's actually good? Like, Thompson's about to get a fat contract. He's good. I have no idea what you make out of Reed Shepherd. He had good and bad games. Sengun got clowned all the entire series. I mean, his stock just plummeted. Jamari Smith had like 1 game, but he shot tour dates, and I'm not talking about the good tour dates. Tyrese in a few good games. But I don't know how you look at this Rockets roster, even if Fred Van Fleet comes back, which I have no idea how old Fred Van Fleet even is. And I'm like, okay, I'm fucked either way. Like, Kevin Durant fucked us, but also we were the 2 seed last year, and that felt more like something that would never happen again with this roster. So I have no idea what the Rockets do. They obviously can't run it back with KD. I think they'll need a lot of pieces to be competitive in the West with who they have. I just don't see the guy on that team at all. I don't even see the second guy on that team, really. Not at all, Snowman. I agree.
I'm sorry to leave you hanging here. I just got a corp text that I got to tend to real quick. Shit.
That sounds to me, Freeze, like one of those things they talk about, and that would never come close to happening. I think I would really never stop shitting on the Detroit Pistons if they made a trade for Kevin Durant. I would never. I mean, if they did that, I don't even know what I'd say. Couldn't even imagine. That's the thing is there's no good teams out there that should be trading for Kevin Durant. There shouldn't be. You've seen it happen enough times. He's ruining teams. He's a shitty teammate. He's a selfish dude. He puts the ball in the hoop and it doesn't matter. I don't even know. I don't know what's next for Kevin Durant. And he's also, I don't think he's going to be one of those guys who randomly retires, but also is he going to go to a shitty team like the Bulls, like Snowman saying, or the Wizards to go home? The Wizards, Trae Young, Anthony Davis, and Kevin Durant. Call me crazy. Kevin Durant should maybe just go home. Go play for the Wizards. I hope Krabs listening. Weirdly enough, Anthony Davis, Kevin Durant, and Trae Young is such a bad idea that it might be a good idea.
Here's what I think. I think if you are an NBA GM and you sign Kevin Durant, you're a fucking idiot.
Unless you're the Wizards, though. You agree that the Wizards would be fun.
Well, I mean, I guess, but I also, like, I guess it sounds good in theory because you got, but also no. What team is he making better?
Dude, it's just the fact that you already have AD who's probably not going to
Fine.
It's and he's from there. I just feel like that in my head actually makes so much sense.
I still think the Rockets trading anything, and everybody was like, Jalen Green's a ball hog. He can't shoot. The Rockets trading anything for Kevin Durant does not get shit on enough. It just doesn't. Or like, Kevin Durant's a bitch, blah, 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 blah. The move to make, if you are running an NBA team for Kevin Durant at this point in his career, to make a move for Kevin Durant and actually think it's going to help you win now, hindsight 2020, but you're a fucking idiot. Sorry.
No, it's not 2020 because we said it when they made the trade.
You're right.
However, Kevin Durant has a spell on the league. And the reason I know that is because he had a spell on me for many years. I've watched Kevin Durant many times and said, this is the best basketball player in the NBA.
Yeah, I felt that way too.
Before he starts winning a bunch of rings, and then you realize something's wrong. And that's just what I've figured out over the past couple seasons.
Foos, as a Suns fan, thank you, Rockets, for taking KD. Absolutely. The fact that anybody would give you anything for KD is a fucking miracle. So great job to the Phoenix Suns. Okay, let's move forward. Sorry for the delay. Just had something to tend to real quick, but I can get back on track. Let's see. Let's talk about the series that ended on Saturday. Let's talk about the Sixers and the Celtics.
Yeah.
So the Sixers win this series 109-100. The Sixers were down 3-1 in this series. Embiid comes back, puts on just an absolute fucking masterclass. You had a great take and a great tweet. I'm so glad you did because you correlated KD, Kevin Durant's like bitchiness and softness to leverage some kudos to Joel Embiid, who really deserved it. I mean, really deserved it because I love Embiid when he's capable of playing and when he's healthy. We talked about this. Don't need to repeat it. Can be one of, if not the best player in basketball. It is unfortunate that he runs into so many injuries, but to come back from the appendicitis, your team is left for dead. Great job. But I also want to talk about this Sixers team in general, and we can also shit on the Celtics a little bit, but I think that Tyrese Maxey, I'm not going to say he's underappreciated, but he might be, right?
Yeah,
he just might be. Tyrese Maxey is just a fucking hooper, straight up hooper. Talk about like the league being in a good place, you know, with Ant and Cade Cunningham. Like, I really like Tyrese Maxey, but Tyrese Maxey needs to be a 2. He cannot just be a 1. That is how I feel. I know, but here's my problem. He can thrive as a 1, no doubt about it. But the team will not get over any humps. And you can say, oh, you need that about any superstar. Fine, totally fine. But I think Tyrese Maxey is way more lethal as a number 2. And that's where the Sixers have him if Embiid is playing. And that's part of the reason I think the Sixers can be such a problem.
Let me slow you down because you're kind of cooking, but I think you're missing one important thing.
Okay.
Whiskey Salt, in my opinion, said it perfectly. It's 1A, 1B, and the reason I say that it's different than being 2 is did you see who closed out that game for the Philadelphia 76ers?
No, I did not.
It was Tyrese Maxey. He
okay.
He was getting to the fucking hoop aggressively, and he was finishing. He wasn't foul baiting. He wasn't trying to he was getting to the hoop and putting the fucking ball in the hoop. And Joel Embiid deserves respect, no doubt. He was not clutch at the end of that game. He missed, I'd say he at least missed 3 or 4 shots in the last 4 minutes of that game. He wasn't great. Maxey closed out the game. And that's what I say. That's why I say 1A, 1B, because Joel Embiid didn't come back and it's like, oh, this is Embiid's team again. It wasn't. It was Embiid and Maxey's team again. He's the fucking man. And you know who else is the man? VJ Edgecombe. Did you see the defensive rep where VJ Edgecombe turns his entire body to make sure that Jaylen Brown either has to go left, which he's the worst in the NBA at doing for a star player, or settle for the jumper?
Did not.
That's one of the craziest defensive reps from a rookie you will ever see. I mean, VJ Edgecombe is a motherfucking dog. Would be so happy if I was a Sixers fan, and that's the guy I ended up with. He's awesome to watch.
Yeah, great job, Wispy Salt. You're absolutely right. That is the take. I guess I was trying to find something, and those are the correct words. He's a 1A, 1B. VJ Edgecombe, hand up, absolutely horrible take when the Sixers drafted him. I'm like, I don't think VJ Combe is that guy. He is that guy. Yeah. He is awesome. I also we need to acknowledge that Paul George, he's certainly nowhere near what he once was, but let's also be honest. Paul George was kind of a fake superstar. And a lot of people will be upset by that because for whatever reason, the younger generation fell in love with Paul George. Like, I vividly remember Pacers Paul George, and I remember him almost beating the Miami Heat, putting the team on his back. It was very, very impressive what he did. Then he goes to the Thunder, doesn't really pan out, gets traded for SGA, one of the worst trades of all time, kind of flops, doesn't really do anything. He is the kind of guy, Steak. There's not that many Paul Georges in the league. He's the kind of guy the Magic need, like a dude that's not uber talented, but a veteran player who can make plays when needed. So when you look at it, I still don't know that he's not moving the needle and he's making way too much money, but he's a really good piece for this team.
Yeah, the reason is because he wants to be. And I see the chat saying he's a great third option. He is a great third option. It's because he's willing to be the third option.
Yeah, good point.
Guys in Paul George's situation would not be willing to do it. So I think Paul George, who I'm not a fan of, you know that I've spent a lot of years telling people like, hey, stop telling me Paul George is a superstar. He's a star, yes. Just stop telling me he's a superstar. I loved watching him get absolutely fried by Dame Lillard, who was my guy, and then calling it a bad shot. I had a lot of beef with Paul George. Think he did his job absolutely perfectly in the series.
Yeah, very, very well said. You're absolutely right. He deserves some credit, kind of in the way that Embiid deserves credit for accepting his role and being that option for the Sixers. Okay.
I have one more thing to say. Even if it was a bad shot, it doesn't fucking matter. If he splashes that shit in your face for the game winner and he waves fucking goodbye to you and everyone, you don't get to go up on the podium and say it was a bad shot. You don't get to do it. Just like if you're Jaylen Brown and you lose game 7 to the Philadelphia 76ers, you don't get to go up and call Joel Embiid a flopper. Even if you think you're right, even if you think you have some merit saying that, it's fucking loser talk. It is the definition of loser talk. You can't say it.
Yeah, let's talk about Jaylen Brown for a second. I guess I'm not aware that he is a flopper, but we've had this conversation before. And people have told me because I've brought up the fact that I liked that Jaylen Brown. He's a little bit of an interesting guy, and he's outspoken. And I like Jaylen Brown. I'm a Jaylen Brown guy. I thought he did a really good job stepping up for the Celtics without Tatum. Definitely not on board with his quick reaction after the loss to going on Twitch and streaming like with a fucking full-on graphic and bitching about the flopping. There are things. What happened, Steak, in what happened in NFL where somebody said something, but we're like, he's not wrong, but you just can't say it. Do you remember that? Like
not really.
Something happened. Maybe it was with the Bills or something. We're like, no. Oh no, I know what it was. It was USA Canada. It was USA Canada hockey. And one of the guys was like, maybe it was McKinnon.
Oh, we were the better team. Canada.
Yeah. You guys could tell who the better team was or something like that. But it's like, yeah, we're all thinking it like, but you just can't say that. Jaylen Brown just cannot say that. I love Embiid. I hate flopping. I retweeted it. I love the message. I hate the timing. The flopping in the NBA is a serious, serious problem, and it's got to stop. I didn't know Jaylen Brown was that much of a flopper. So I guess you could talk about it because I saw you had a tweet that was really funny about the Erica Kirk thing. Is he in the upper echelon of floppers? Or is he just like your average? Because if he's just your average flopper,
what's upper echelon, top 20?
Luka, SGA, Jalen Brunson.
Right after him.
Really?
I'd say under Luka, SGA, Jalen Brunson, even Joel Embiid. Now, I want to be clear. Joel Embiid is more of a flopper than Jaylen Brown, in my opinion. And Joel Embiid did flop in the series. Jaylen Brown flopped in the series, too. He had one of the worst flops I've ever seen in the fourth quarter where he was guarding Joel Embiid, and he just fucking flails himself on the floor trying to get an offensive foul. It was pathetic. But he's not that level of flopper. He's still a flopper. I liked what you said in the beginning of what you were saying. Jaylen Brown had a really impressive regular season. This is kind of this is supposed to be a wash of a season for the Celtics without Tatum. No one was thinking they would get the 2 seed, but then he kind of lost it all in the playoffs with this performance. He was 2 for 8 in the fourth quarter. You're 2 for 8 in the fourth quarter, bitching about flopping. You missed a go-ahead 3 with 2 minutes left. Like, give me a fucking break, dude. Just go up there and be a man.
Yeah, it frustrates me. By the way, I love Snowman. Flopping is LeBron's legacy. Yeah, I don't like it. It's part of the game. I wish it wasn't. But regardless, I like Jaylen Brown. I'm still a Jaylen Brown guy. This is a bad look for Jaylen Brown. And you know what, though? We're probably just going to be seeing more of this as in this era of social media. Athletes are going to become their own brands and do their own thing. So you're going to see more podcasting. Now you're probably going to see more people going on Twitch streams and giving their reactions. Draymond Green kind of set the tone for that.
Malik Neighbors during the draft. I mean, it's definitely happening. But let me just say one more thing. The most interesting thing about the Sixers Celtics game 7 to me was I bet the Sixers plus 8.5 when I thought Tatum was playing. I didn't have any insider fucking info. I really thought Jason Tatum was going to play. I like the Sixers regardless. And I think the line moved to like 4.5, 5.5 when he was announced out. And I was thinking like, that's interesting. Like, kind of feels like a fat spread now that Tatum's out. Then they get out on the court together and you really look who the Celtics have out there without Jason Tatum. And then you look at the Sixers have VJ Edgecombe, the third best rookie in the NBA this year, Paul George, Joel Embiid, and Tyrese Maxey. And then the Celtics, it's like, this is Jaylen Brown, who I think a lot of people think isn't a superstar number one option anyways. Derek White, who's been shooting fucking tour dates, and then a bunch of literal nobodies. You're like, wait a second, why is this fucking team favored over this team? And you realize it's because it's Boston and because it's Philadelphia, and the history is the history. But if that was just 2 different teams and 2 different uniforms in that game 7, I legit think it would have been like a pick 'em.
Yeah, when it comes to like getting in the brain of a professional sports capper, this would have been a really, really good one for someone to really dissect. Now, this would have been hard too because of the injuries to Embiid and him not knowing whether he comes back or not. But I agree with you. I never really seriously thought like the Sixers. I'm sorry, I keep saying that. The Celtics.
Hard. I'm doing it too.
Yeah. Like, I never thought the Celtics, even though Tatum came back and looked great, would win the NBA championship. Like, maybe they'd make it out of the East just because the East is open in general. But, like, were they really going to beat the Thunder? Not really. The Spurs would still probably be my second pick. And then what happens if they play the Nuggets? But if you really sit down and you do this for a living and you dissect and analyze that Celtics roster, it's so easy to say it now. But if anybody did that before and saw like, man, like really Peyton Pritchard is a nice player. I don't know what,
bro. Do you know what the starting lineup was for the Celtics?
No.
Baylor Shireman, Ron Harper Jr., and Luka fucking Garza, bro.
So also, this is frustrating. When the Celtics won the championship, tell me.
I'll tell you, Jimmy Bucket says you guys use tour dates.
I stopped. Did you do it?
I think I just said it.
You just said it? Yeah.
How about Jimmy Buckets? How about you make yourself useful? What else can I say? What else? Give me something else.
He shot poorly.
No.
Okay. No. Let's hold on. Let's get back to this for a second. When the Celtics won the championship, did they have Drew Holiday and Kristaps Porzingis?
Yeah.
Okay. Brilliant moves. Those are guys you need on your team. I'm telling you, Kristaps Porzingis is one of the most had the ability to be one of the best basketball players in basketball. I don't know what's up with him, but he's a freak. He just is.
Yeah.
I'm a Kristaps
He has
Porzingis guy.
AIDS. He has AIDS.
Yeah, I know. There's really something weird going on with him. One thing I wanted to ask: what happened to Nikolai Vucevic?
Yeah, it's funny you say that. I didn't know that he got hurt, but I guess I have to assume if he's not playing, it says coach's decision, because I didn't hear anything about him getting hurt, and then I didn't even really realize until like the third quarter. And I don't know if it was in our Pickett chat, but somebody said, "Where's Vucevic?" But I guess he was so bad they thought he couldn't play. I think just looking at this lineup, I guess that's crazy. But one thing I have always known and have always told you, and you have always told me, Vooch is one of the worst defenders you'll ever watch. I mean, he is a traffic cone, whatever you want to call him. And he always was. This is not a new thing. He was an all-star in Orlando. That's how pathetic we were. We had Vooch as an all-star, and that was like our claim to fame. And he was getting abused by other centers every single night. He would get his own 20 and 10, and then he would give up 20 and 10 to the biggest bums you've ever seen because he's fucking awful on defense.
Yeah, I've been an anti-Vooch guy for a really, really long time. And those Magic days were really, really bad when it was Vooch and Evan Fournier as our dudes, like the worst possible fucking leaders of a team imaginable. So in a way, I want to laugh at the Celtics for making that move. I guess they needed size. So you have to get something or someone. But he's just not good. He's just not good. In today's NBA, I'm sorry, you need like a Rudy Gobert for a big guy, or like, someone to get you rebounds and play some defense. Your offense doesn't need to go through the center.
I have an interesting take, and I'd love to get your opinion on it. But then the chat, if you're a Boston or a Philadelphia fan, listen up. I want to have a comparison. Is Joe Mazzulla a little bit like Nick Sirianni? And before you answer the question, let me explain what I'm saying.
Okay.
When they win, you're like, wow, this guy's fucking cool. He's funny, he's edgy, he's different, and I love my coach. But then when they have a boneheaded loss, you're like, this guy's an idiot. What's he doing? I don't understand. Like, how could you be as stupid as this guy is? I feel like, in a way, Mazzulla and Sirianni are very similar.
I like where you're going with this. I don't think Sirianni is the best comp because Sirianni is just a goober. Mazzulla tries to be like the weird, introverted, like someone just said it, fake crazy. I don't think Sirianni comes off as like that. He's just a doofus. Who somebody said Mike McDaniel could be a good one. Quirky.
Yeah, but the problem is I'm trying to compare winners to winners. Like, how can I compare Joe Mazzulla to Mike McDaniels?
Well, I guess you're right. But I think more so the thing is, like, when things are going well, the shtick works. When things aren't going well, the shtick looks awful. And I mean,
that's a pretty fair way.
You've even said that about guys like Dan Lanning, who I agree with too. I think you're onto something though. And this is the thing about coaches, and everybody has said that, or people have said this before, but I like to echo it. The coach gets too much credit when they win and too much blame when they lose. Yeah. So you always have to remember, like, I don't know. I mean, there are great coaches, no doubt about it. But at the end of the day, like, at least to me in basketball, it's player dominant. Like,
I was going to say, there's great coaches, but doesn't it feel like we're moving in the direction? And once again, I'm just kind of shooting from the hip with this. Doesn't it feel like we're getting away from great coaches? Like, doesn't it feel like you're never going to have another Phil Jackson or Greg Popovich? Like, they were trying to tell you Steve Kerr was that. And I just want to tell you, like, I don't give a fuck about politics or anything like that. But, like, what do you think Steve Kerr was doing? Telling Steph Curry to shoot?
Oh my God, I know, dude. Yeah,
shoot it, bro. Yeah, you fucking made it. Klay Thompson, shoot it.
Well,
what the fuck is Steve Kerr doing, bro?
Well, listen, I'm not trying to say this guy isn't a bad coach either, but what did Greg Popovich do when he didn't have Tim Duncan, Manu Ginobili, and Tony Parker? What did he do? And Bruce Bowen. And I mean, what did Greg Popovich do? Was it anything noteworthy? I mean, you kind of see what I'm saying?
You're saying that, yeah.
I'm not saying he's a bad coach. I'm just saying you need the players. Coach K fakes a back injury when his team stinks.
Spurs ran crazy plays, man. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to shit on Steve Kerr too much, but
yeah. Sandy, good to see you. Good to have you back, Jeff Sunday. Sorry about the Magic boys. You do not need to apologize. Saw it coming from a mile away. I apologize to Steak, if anything, because he had to be there. Okay. Let's keep moving a little bit. Steak, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this Cavs Raptors series. So I did watch this on the plane a little bit, and I do have the Cavs. I'm kind of set up nicely. I have the Sixers to win the championship 50-1. I was excited to open my sports book today and look at my cash out option. There is no cash out option, unfortunately. The only thing I saw is they did go from 50-1 to 40-1. So WCLV a little bit there. And I have the Cavs to win the East. So the Cavs advanced, took 7 games to beat the Raptors. Kudos to the Raptors for playing their ass off. They fought really hard. They played really hard. I don't think the Cavs are very good. But I'm also trying not to overreact. Like, I guess what I'm saying is this. The Cavs going 7 games with the Raptors, does that say more about the Raptors or more about the Cavs?
I think it's one of those ones where you get to call it a win for the Raptors.
I think so too.
Yeah. I don't think it's like you're throwing a party, but you're pretty happy with what you did if you're Toronto here and a young team. I mean, you were up 10 in the first quarter. You were up 10 in the second quarter. You unfortunately got outscored by 19 in the third quarter, which is brutal, but you had a real shot. You had a real shot at winning this game 7 in Cleveland. RJ Barrett, worst game of the series, which is horrible timing, 9 of 25, 1 of 6 from 3. I thought, and I will give myself a little glaze, I thought Scotty Barnes was absolutely incredible in this series, and I just feel like it was the series for that to happen. Mm-hmm. His stock jumped up. Scotty Barnes is just a star on both sides of the ball. And I think it was going to be Jarrett Allen having the third quarter of his life that would put the Cavs over the top? Absolutely not. I think there's a lot of fear. I'm pretty sure last night I saw Dennis Schroeder yelling at Donovan Mitchell for not getting back on defense, if I'm not mistaken. We already know how James Harden plays defense. Do I think there's a lot of concerns for the Cavs? Yes, but I also think the Pistons have a lot of issues themselves, and I think it will be a really, really good series between the two of them.
Yeah, Ben Draper, good comment. Cavs get themselves into playoff shape and play against a pretty decent Raptor defense. Cavs beat the Pistons. Oh, no, wait, that's not. I wanted to highlight this comment. More about the Raptors, to be honest, and I actually think it will help the Cavs going forward. Yeah, and I agree, and that's also a good point. I heard Portnoy say this on Wake Up Barstool, which I thought that was a pretty good take. He said he liked this for the Pistons, not to go off topic here for a second, but 2 Game 7s winners. I actually agree with that. I thought that it you don't want, if you're rooting for a team, you want them to get done with the first round as quick as possible so they can rest for their second round opponent, who's most likely going to be a more difficult challenge. But I think if you come back from 3-1 like that for the Pistons and win, it does a lot to boost your morale. And also you kind of shake the funk a little bit of how you started early in that series. So I like it for the Pistons. I don't know that I liked it for the Cavs. I thought it was really, really impressive from the Raptors. And somebody else pointed this out too. No Quickly, no Ingram. Maybe no Ingram was a good thing. One of my problems when I was watching this game, I don't know that you need Jamal Shed taking 16 shots. He took a little too many shots, in my opinion, but nobody else was really making them. RJ Barrett had a really off night.
Solid series, and he's a great defender, which is the reason he's out there so much.
Yeah,
real Houston guy. But yeah, I agree with you. That's too many shots, especially when you're not hitting them.
But you said this, and I kind of want to push back a little bit. You were like, Jarrett Allen having the third quarter of his life. Why can't Jarrett Allen play like this more consistently?
No, why can't is the question. He just never has in the playoffs.
But this to me is something that I hope. I don't think a 7-game series is something that's good for the Cavs, but I think this was great for a guy like Jarrett Allen because he's not tough, he's not hard. The Cavs lack dogs. I don't know what's going on with Donovan Mitchell. He was 9 for 22 and 9 from 3, but everybody contributed. And this, to me, is where they're a problem. These 2 guys off the bench, Strus and Merrill, they're not dogs. We've talked about that. It's the Cavs' biggest problem. They lack dogs. But you have the size with Mobley and Allen, 19 rebounds, 7 rebounds between the 2 of them. If you get guys like Strus and Merrill coming off the bench, you just need one of them to be hot. And they will keep you in a game against anybody you're playing.
I think the best outlook for the Cavs is, hey, we just won a series where Mitchell and Harden played pretty bad.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really, really well said. I didn't watch every game in the series, as you know, but I didn't see Donovan Mitchell stand out at all.
Not much. There's a couple games. He always has his moments, but man, the moments are few and far between, I feel like, recently with Donovan Mitchell. That fucking James Harden had 18 points and 11 of them are free throws yesterday.
Oh my God, I know, it was brutal.
Truly miserable watch.
3 for 9. I heard part of my take talking about it a little bit. He continues to have games in the playoffs where he had more turnovers than made field goals. He's definitely got to tighten up. And with that, I think those are all the NBA series that ended over the weekend since we last streamed.
I don't think we need to talk Nuggets, Timberwolves, all that much.
I don't either. You want to look ahead and get thoughts on round 2?
Yeah, sure. We got 2 games tonight.
Let's do it. All right, everybody. That's the recap. We'll talk NHL in a bit too, but for now, let's get eyes on the first games tonight in the NBA. Oh wow, quick turnaround. Sixers Knicks. That's tonight, huh?
Yeah.
Holy shnikes. Okay. Knicks 7.5-point favorites. Ooh. Let me find the series odds. Hold on. NBA playoff series odds. Let me see what this is looking like real quick.
I'm going to pull up some props.
Yeah, there we go. Make yourself useful.
Shut up.
All right, here we go. Knicks are minus 270 to win the series against the Sixers. Spurs minus 1,200. Pistons minus 120. Ooh. The Thunder are minus 1,600. Okay, so let's really dive into the Knicks Sixers, since this should be a pretty good series, and then let's talk about the game tonight. So overall, I can't believe this happened with the Knicks. I mean, again, being tapped out for a little bit, I thought before I left, the Hawks were up 2-1, and then in the blink of an eye, the Knicks not only win the next 3 games, but they just absolutely murdered it.
They dominated. The Hawks fell off. We didn't really talk about that series. We don't need to that much. The Hawks fell off.
The Hawks did in basically those last 3 games were like the Magic second half in game 6. What happened? What the fuck happened? You scored 98, 97, 89 points, and the Knicks score 114, 126, 140.
You know that meme of the guy playing video games where he sits up and starts taking it seriously?
Yeah.
That's how I feel about the New York Knicks. The Knicks are better. They're more experienced. They're more well-rounded. Jalen Johnson had no playoff experience. It showed. Dyson Daniels was pretty awful offensively. Nickeil Alexander-Walker had to have shot 30% in the series. He was bad. CJ McCollum had the 2 godlike games, and after that, he was pretty bad. The Knicks figured that out pretty quick. The Knicks went from being a team watching Jalen Brunson play basketball to all playing together. Cat was amazing. OG was fucking amazing. Mikal Bridges even had a game. No one expected that. Hart is Hart. I sometimes feel like he takes too many shots on offense. I know he's the spark plug. I get it. But man, the Knicks just really started playing team basketball. And OG Anunoby looked fucking great.
Well, this is finally the team that goes back to the tweet. Not that we're going to have this conversation again because we both aren't on the same page, but the Knicks have a very serious starting 5 when they're playing like they're capable of playing.
Yes.
And I guess my question is this: How do they match up with the Sixers if the Sixers are healthy? Because if the Sixers are healthy and Embiid, I don't know, did anything happen to Embiid in last game? He was
a little limpy at the end.
Because if they're both sides are 100%, I think the Knicks being minus 270 is a lot of respect. Am I way off there? Yeah. Maybe I respect the Sixers too much, but I'm a guy who respects this Knicks roster.
It a little bit goes back to what I was saying about watching teams come out for tip-off. No, I'll say no. And the whole is if Embiid healthy is one of the most like fluid, tough things to say. Like I feel like Joel Embiid will never actually be healthy again, which is why I think it's so incredible he's playing. Mm-hmm. But like fully healthy Joel Embiid, like that's not a statement that should be said. He'll never be that.
What were the matchups like, or what were the outcomes in the regular season? Let me scroll back here. Not that it really matters all that much, but the Knicks played the Sixers and beat them 138-89. February 11th. They also beat them in Philly 112-119. Philly beat them in Madison Square Garden 130-119. And Philly also beat them in Madison Square Garden 116-107. So in the regular season, Philly won both games in MSG, lost both games. So the road team does fairly well here.
I don't fucking care.
Yeah, that's fine.
The thing is, and this is why I'm enjoying the playoffs so much, it's almost like a different sport. Regular season NBA basketball and playoff NBA basketball is literally almost like a different sport. That's why I'm enjoying it so much, but I don't give a fuck. I won't look into that at all. I hope I didn't get sentelled, but did you see Joel Embiid talking about needing the Sixers fans to show up? Did you hear this quote?
You didn't get sentelled. He actually said that.
He actually said that, yeah. So he said last time we played the Knicks, this felt like Madison Square Garden East. Mm-hmm. Would you expect that out of Philadelphia?
No, but here's the one thing you have to understand. I wouldn't expect it out of Philadelphia, but it's easier for New York Knicks fans to pay any price to go to a Knicks game when it's
that much cheaper. You mean when it's also that much cheaper? Is that what you're saying?
No, not even that it's that much cheaper. I'm just saying that if Knicks fans spend an insane amount of money to go watch the Knicks play in Madison Square Garden, I mean, it's got to be the most expensive ticket in sports. So if it's 90 minutes away and you're going to see them play, I'm sure it's a little bit cheaper. But if you're a Sixers fan, that is your opportunity to make some serious money on your ticket.
But also, do you see what Hobie's saying? Like,
no, what do you say?
It's also cheaper.
Well, it's going to be cheaper. Of course it is, because
I know that's pretty noteworthy. It's almost like if you're a Knicks fan and you're rich, movie star, you go to the games at Madison Square Garden. If you're a blue-collar, hardworking guy like our boy Hobie, you're like, I'll take the fucking train to Philly and pay what? I mean, it has to be 20% as like 20% of the price, 25% of the price to go see a game in Philly versus Madison Square Garden.
If I were to just guess, I'll just throw out a number. If the ticket to go see the Knicks Sixers tonight is, you know what? Let's just pull it up. Let's pull up SeatGeek.
Well, the chat already answered it.
What'd they say?
You don't have to look it up. It's half the price.
Yeah. Okay. I guess that's
walk-in, right? Half the walk-in price.
Yeah. I guess where I was going with this is it's cheaper, but it's still not cheap. I was going to say if the average ticket to get in tonight is $600, then Philly would probably be $300, $400.
Yes.
So yeah, I guess it is cheaper and that makes sense. But I don't know. At the end of the day, if you're still spending money on a hotel and travel, does it really come out to that much less?
Why would you need a hotel? Get your fucking ass on the train and go home. Isn't the train to New York really like an hour?
Hour and a half? I don't know.
Yeah, you're not staying in a hotel.
Okay, fine. Don't stay in the fucking hotel. Go home.
Makes me feel better because when you go to a Knicks Magic game in Orlando, it is crazy.
Snacks. I absolutely understand that tons of Americans are struggling to make ends meet right now, but that is not the type of struggling. You don't go to a fucking playoff game between the Knicks and Sixers for struggling. You just don't go to the game in general. To be fair. Night, what does he say? No hotel needed, driving home that night, going to work the next day. All right, well, no beers at the game. Drive safe. Philly tickets are crazy. 76ers are pretty cheap. Yeah, I think I've told you the Phillies story when we were there. We tried to get a ticket up. They're like, we need a month's notice. I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
I'm going to try to convince you to go to it's too bad the Phillies suck. I want to do a baseball series somewhere on the East with you this summer. I was going to say Philadelphia, but now I guess if they keep playing this bad.
No, I think we should go. We probably have to go to Camden Yards, even though I don't necessarily really care to, but probably should.
I would happily do that.
Yeah, we should do that. All right, so where's your head at with the series, Steak? I've told you what the line is to win. Let me show you what the spread is. The Knicks -1.5 games is -130. So that means you would get the Sixers +1.5 at a plus price. Total games in this series over 5.5 is -130. Wow, that seems really cheap.
Does seem really cheap, and I'm going to take the bait.
You're going to say Knicks make light work of the Sixers.
No, I'm going to take the bait. I'm going to take over.
Oh, you're going to take the over. Sorry.
I do think the Knicks are winning the series. I just don't think it's going to be 4-1.
How the fuck? I mean, this is crazy. Maybe it's not. Could be totally wrong here. The Sixers just beat the Celtics, and the books are basically telling you that the Sixers aren't even going to win 2 games against the Knicks.
Yeah, I understand exactly what you're saying. It makes perfect sense. It makes perfect sense. I'm just falling for the bait. I'm taking the bait.
So you think this is going to be a competitive series?
Yes.
Well, I mean, I hope you're right. I hope you're right. Damn. Rambo, you're in here. You're a Sixers guy and you know a lot of ball. I think the Boston series win is a little undervalued because of the Tatum injury.
100%. Absolutely. That's a fact.
I don't understand how we are respected so hard as a Knicks fan. Well, I guess you should be respected in general. You have a really good basketball team. I think personally, you have one of the best starting fives in the NBA, but maybe it's inflated because them just flipping a switch and beating the absolute fuck out of the Atlanta Hawks. I don't know. What was the price in that series stake when the Knicks were down 2-1? Do you remember?
I mean, shit. Had to be fairly close to even, right?
Yeah, it did have to be close to even. So I don't know. Yeah, attempts. I think minus 270 is respect. I do.
Once again, when you consider who is on the Sixers roster, it does seem like respect, kind of.
I mean, you want to tell me that the Knicks are going to be a minus $2 favorite, sure, but minus 270 is crazy.
That's about what I would have said as well. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So let's talk about the game tonight, and then we'll go to the next game in series. The Knicks are minus 7.5. Let's pull up Pickett here. W Pickett, download Pickett, sync your sports books, track your wagers, and line shop seamlessly. You will not get carpal tunnel. Well, you might not get carpal tunnel. I don't know. I'm not a fucking doctor. Total is 213 in this one stake. The Knicks are minus 7.5. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking I don't like Philly in this game.
Okay. That's
not how I expect the series to start. I think they'll be surprisingly competitive, but I don't think I like Philly in game 1 after biggest win in franchise in the last how many years? When's the last time Philadelphia 76ers had a win as big as they just had in Boston?
Oh, geez. Who did they beat to get to that series against the Raptors? That's probably it.
I don't remember, but yeah, that's literally probably it. And that was a while ago. So yeah, I'll take the Knicks in this one. I'm going to ride my hot dude, OG Anunoby.
Okay. I like that. So OG Anunoby, points, rebounds.
I'm with you, Finchy, 100%. That's actually pretty much what I think is going to happen.
What are you going to take for OG?
Points, 17.5.
Okay. The most popular market in points bet on Pickett.
Joel Embiid.
Quentin Grimes.
Oh, there's always some weird Discord million followers.
Plus fucking EV shit that everybody's tailing for player props. The player prop market is so reactive. You get one syndicate or group or Discord that does it, and everybody else goes out and does it. Quentin Grimes, Maxi's next, then Edgecombe, then George, then Embiid. The overall popular betting markets on Pickett, the Knicks money line is the most popular. Under Karl Anthony Towns assists, which is weird. I almost want to.
No, that's been smacking.
Oh, it is.
Karl Anthony Towns been doing it all. Good. I mean, he's got to be discussed. He's been doing it all. Yes, probably we are.
Quentin Grimes points alt 14.5 stake is 9-1. 417 bets. It's the 4th most popular bet according to Pickett. Josh Hart rebounds. Tyrese Maxey. Yeah, they love Grimes tonight. They love him. He's all over the place.
You see any Mitchell Robinson on there?
Yep. This is about the 10th most popular bet. Mitchell Robinson over 9.5 rebounds is an alt line plus 275.
I was going to say Mitchell Robinson points, man.
Yeah. Let's see what they are.
I see him having a little involvement. Break up the cat and bead thing. Give me fucking Andre Drummond versus Mitchell Robinson.
Ooh, you know what? I'm going to tell that. Mitchell Robinson points over 4.5 minus 120. I like that.
Yeah, good.
I like that. Okay. Let's go to the next game. I'm with you. I think it's probably the Knicks tonight. I saw Ramble say if it's not the under, I don't know ball. So he likes a low scoring game as well. All right. Next up, we've got the Timberwolves and the Spurs. Fat spread, as the kids might say here. The Spurs are minus 12.5. But it should be noted, there's no Ant. and DiVincenzo is done, I believe. I don't know if it's confirmed, but I remember seeing that he may have popped his Achilles, which is really unfortunate. The Wolves come into this series really feeling themselves, beating the Denver Nuggets. However, I believe I was wrong twice when I liked the Spurs by murder against the Blazers. This feels like the spot. But I'm normally, when it comes to rest versus rust, I like fading rust, meaning I like betting on the team that played most recently. And spoiler alert, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm already going to do it. I'm taking the Habs game 1 against the Sabres. Sorry, Buffalo. But I don't, for whatever reason, I don't like that for the Sixers. I think I lean Knicks here, like I told you. And I believe, what did the Spurs finish that series in 5?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
they faced some adversity.
They did. And I like that. And here's another thing I liked. The home games they played against Portland, at least the first 2, they came out pretty slow. Now they won and covered that first game, depending on the number. They won by 13. And then the second game they lost outright. I think they open up the series against the Wolves just too much to handle. I think the Wolves got too familiar with the Nuggets, and it's going to be harder for them to adjust to the Spurs team. So I love the Spurs tonight. Spurs alt line would be my play.
Absolutely love it. I think it's Spurs fucking muckage. Spurs by a bajillion. We are collabing on this one for sure. I just think you get to see. I love this Spurs team. I think really the only knock left on them is that they don't have experience. We're not going to talk about regular season. We saw how they performed in the regular season against the Thunder. I think that has a chance to be an all-time Western Conference Finals. But unfortunately, because there's no Ant and no DiVincenzo, we have to get through a really, truly miserable semifinals because Lakers Thunder isn't going to be any good and Timberwolves Spurs isn't going to be any good either. They're going to run through these teams. You might legitimately see 2 sweeps. I really think that's possible. I think the Spurs sweep the Timberwolves. Ant definitely playing tonight. There's no fucking way. There's absolutely no shot Ant's playing, right?
I don't know. Somebody said that he's questionable.
Dude, Anthony Edwards is fucking playing. There's a prop. Prop. What do you see on Pickett? Now I need to know. I had no idea that was a possibility.
26 bets on his points, 23.5.
Holy shit. Well, it's at 24.5 now.
Yeah. I think that this is going to be Sixers Celtics game 1. You remember that game?
Yes, I do, and I love that. And also, I'm prepared to make a testicle bet. I would bet my testicle Anthony Edwards doesn't play in this game tonight.
Yeah, I don't think he's playing either. This is smoke screen. He's not going to play tonight. The Spurs are going to beat the piss out of him, and then game 2 is going to be a little bit tighter, but I think the Wolves still lose. So, yeah. If you are looking at the prop market here, let's see what Pickett likes. So, most popular bets are Spurs money line and Spurs -5.5 at an alt number, -310. Under Rudy Gobert rebounds, under Stephon Castle assists, which is 7.5, pretty high number. Over Julius Randle rebounds, over Wembanyama points. Yes, Wembanyama double is -275. That's it. Nothing. I'm no players really speaking to me because I didn't really get all that familiar with either of these series. I didn't get my eyes on it. They start a little bit later. I'm usually in bed, so I'll probably just set it and forget it and take the Spurs straight and then probably a little alt line as well.
Just simply volume wise, I'm fine with Julius Randle points because he'll take a bunch of shots because Ant's not playing. I guess it's really hard with the Spurs to pick a guy. They have so many of them. But I'd probably go with Castle in this one.
Okay. I love that. Love Castle. What's Castle to get a double-double?
I was going to say, what about Castle highest scoring player?
Ooh. Let's see.
They ain't losing this game, yay, lads. Another testicle bet. I got 2 testicle bets out there.
I don't know. I don't know how to find that. I can't find that on Pickett, but we'll probably have to go to the actual sports book. And
what are you trying to find?
Well, what you just asked for.
Oh, yeah. Chad, if anyone can help, I know you guys people DM me about this. Highest scoring player in the game, Stephon Castle. If anyone knows where to find that, please let us know.
Wait a minute. I think maybe I can find it. I'm on the green book. Let me see. Rebounds, points, team totals.
All talk. Ramble said he liked the under in that game, and I would trust Ramble.
Holy shit! There's a game script tab.
Yeah,
Fucking jacked my swagger. All right, hold on.
Damn, you haven't done a game script in a while. Is that only a football thing?
It's mostly a football thing, but I'll do one. Race to X points.
Plus 980. Thank you, Ramble.
Oh, wow. For Castle to lead the game.
I'll find a way to sprinkle that for sure.
I might tell you on that. Where do you go for that? I'm on player specials. Oh, game leaders. Here we go. Duh. Yeah, I'm looking at 980 as well. Okay, I like that. I'm going to take it. I'm going to tell you. All right, Steak. Let's do a little hockey. Let's get everybody up to speed on what's going on. What's going on in
I've been watching some hockey, man.
What's that?
I've been watching some hockey. Shit is electric.
Yeah, I love to hear it. It'd be a goddamn shame if you weren't watching playoff hockey. So, Buffalo takes down the Bruins. I think we're all happy to see that. We talked about it this morning, but the Celtics are out. The Bruins are out. Nothing against Boston. I love the city of Boston, but you guys win too much. You're always in it. You're always relevant. It's good for you to just have this moment. So, love to see the Sabres move on. And the Knights, as hard as the Utah Mammoth fought, the Knights move on as well. And then Saturday, let's see, we had game 1 of the Hurricanes and Flyers series. I am heavily invested on the Hurricanes to win the East, so love to see that start. And then yesterday, 2 really good games. Game 7 in the Lightning Habs. So happy to see the Habs move on. Nothing against the Lightning, but I got a little bit of Lightning fatigue. Unfortunate if you bet the Lightning in that game, but that is how hockey works sometimes. The team that gets outshot squeaks a few in, and the Canadians, all 7 games were decided by 1 goal, which is pretty insane. Habs move on, Lightning go down, and then Colorado, Minnesota was an unbelievable game. Avalanche are up 3-0 in the blink of an eye. Then Minnesota quickly scores 2 goals. And then next thing you know, it's 5-5. Fun game, awesome game. Tough to go to bed after that one. And so now we've got ourselves with a couple series starting up this week. Looks like we've got the Knights and the Ducks tonight. But before we talk about that, we do have the Hurricanes playing game 2 of the Flyers against the Flyers at home. Hurricanes are minus 250 to win, total 5.5. This probably will be a series of unders. It just will be. Do you have any thoughts on either of these teams, Steak? Did you watch the Flyers Penguins? Did you watch?
I did watch the Flyers Penguins, and that's why I have a thought. I don't think Flyers have much left to give. You disagree?
No, I agree with you. Sorry. Yeah, I don't either. I think this series is going to be done in 5. I think. I've been a Hurricane slurper for a really long time, and I think the Flyers are a really fun and cool team. But their time to shine was against Pittsburgh, against a team like Carolina. That's just they're just on the precipice of breaking through and getting to where they want to go. They've got so many vets, they've got so much experience, and you're looking at a team that the Flyers who have been kind of like lifted by this fucking 19-year-old dude that they called up who has been unbelievable. Don't get me wrong, the Flyers have been playing like a very fun hockey team. I just think the Hurricanes are going to mow down Philadelphia. And I think this is going to be a series of unders. So I don't really know how to play it. I don't know that I'm going to play it. Already invested. Bang, cash it. So I'm just going to move on from that series. Do you have any thoughts or should we move on?
I have no thoughts other than I would say less than 5. I think it could be a Hurricane sweep.
Probably could be a Hurricane sweep. Now, let's stay in the East. So if the Hurricanes do sweep, they will be playing the winner of the Buffalo Sabres and the Montreal Canadiens. What a fun series this is going to be. I've been saying it the entire series. The Habs are a live dog. The Habs are a problem. They are a real threat. This series is a pick'em. Montreal and Buffalo. The first game, let's see when that's going to be. It should be tomorrow.
Wednesday?
No, it's going to be fucking Wednesday. Yeah. I'm going to take Montreal blindly in that game. I see the line. They're plus 110. That total is at 6.
How quickly can you get to Buffalo?
I can get there in 6.5 hours.
Oh, far. Never mind. Sorry.
Yeah, I can't go. I've already thought it through. I'm really going to try to go to a Buffalo playoff hockey game. It's a quick. It's not that bad of a trip. Go up there, stay a night, go to the game, come right back. I will try to go to a game in this series if it makes it past like 5. Okay. I think I can do it, but like nothing immediate. I can't go Wednesday. I have an appointment Wednesday, so I can't go to this game. But I don't know who I'm rooting for. So I texted BK this because BK has been a hockey guy. Him and I were texting on the flight yesterday because we were watching the game and both kind of rooting for Montreal. Not kind of, we were rooting for Montreal. But now against the Sabres, I'm like, man, I really like this Canadiens team, but I really like the city of Buffalo. I'm torn. I'm really torn. This is like 1A, 1B. This is like Tyrese Maxey. Are you rooting for anybody in this?
Buffalo, absolutely. I think it would be awesome to see Buffalo in the Stanley Cup.
I agree with you. I 100% agree with you. So, okay, for the city and the vibes and the fun and the atmosphere, I'm rooting for Buffalo. For hockey, I think the Canadiens are a really good team. And I love the way Dobish is playing. He's kind of not erratic. I mean, he gets out of the crease a little bit too much for my liking. The commentators are pointing that out yesterday. They did a really good job. But he's got that look. He's got that Binnington look. Snidesy, hold on. Don't get mad at me. Whoever says Habs look great is nuts. They had 4 shots going into the third and didn't get one all second period. Sure, you can argue they didn't look great in game 7, but I think they've looked good as a hockey team to end the season and in the playoffs as well. For Josh Allen, right. Sabres win the series easy. That STL kid says, wow. Matt says, I think it would be hilarious to see the Sabres win more meaningful games than Josh Allen. It's kind of got a point.
It's kind of got a point. Us, guys. We didn't say that.
Ohio State legend Jakob Dobish. Yeah, he was there 2 seasons, apparently. Sabres are definitely better. Are the Canes just insane? Yeah, the Canes are a really good hockey team. There's no doubt about it. They've been a good hockey team for quite some time. All right, we'll go to the West. So this is the game that's tonight's stake. We've got the Anaheim Ducks and the Golden Knights. I mean, I'll go ahead and admit it. That was just a horrendous wager by me to take the Oilers minus 1.5 games against the Anaheim Ducks. I don't really want to spend too much time talking about the Oilers. I'm kind of like I'm glad they're out of it. I'm glad it's over with. I feel bad for McDavid. I thought maybe they'd be a team to get through. They got a lot of miles on them as well. Ducks are fun. A lot of ex-Rangers on that Ducks team. They're a fun team. It's good to see the Quack moving forward. This kind of feels a little Hurricanes Flyers-ish to me. But I also at the same time don't want to be a guy who keeps doubting the Anaheim Ducks. So I don't know that I'm going to put my money against them. But I am a Vegas Golden Knights guy. They were my favorite team last year in the regular season and my largest wager on the point total. They have a decent amount of the same guys on that team. They've added Mitch Marner. I don't know if he's been all that great. Katahat is now in net. There's no way I can put money on this game with the Knights and the Ducks, but I'll be curious to see how it unfolds. If anything, maybe lean over. Any thoughts from you?
My thoughts are if you faded the Ducks last series, I don't think you should do it again, at least not on a series price. I don't care if you do it on a game-to-game basis, but I wouldn't just keep fading.
Yeah. Knights are minus 210 to win that series, and then the Avalanche are now minus 380 to beat the Wild. Here is all I will tell you. Even though that final score was 9-6, the Avalanche look like wagons, which that's no surprise or anything. I think the Minnesota Wild are they're kind of like the Habs. Like they're a real problem as an underdog. I am sure that the Avs will probably win this series. And even though Minnesota lost 9-6, it was very impressive that they did not fold. They are built different. I do not think this is going to be an easy series or a quick out for Colorado. If it is, that means they just play their best hockey every single game. That's what
is the game 2 under the most gross play ever,
or is the most obvious?
Yeah,
is it fake sharp?
Hot hockey team. Yeah, might be, dude.
You know it. You say it all the time. You're the goat at this. It's probably fake sharp to take a low scoring game after a high scoring game.
Yeah, that high scoring of a game. 15 goals is fucking crazy.
Crazy, yeah. My wife was like, "What's the high scoring hockey game there's ever been?" And I'm like, "Fuck, I don't know." In the playoffs, 15 goals is a lot of goals. You don't see that very often.
Insane.
All right. Let's talk some baseball.
Yeah. So I think the best move for this, we got 30 minutes. We should go through the board today, but as we're going through it, we can recap how those teams have been playing over the past couple weeks. Is that fair? And obviously we'll discuss hot dudes.
Yep. I think that is more than fair. And by the way, I know more people like to trickle on in later as we talk more and more ball. While you're here on the Twitch channel, make sure you're following the Book It Sports Twitch channel. We're here every weekday, 10 a.m. Little shoot 'em up. Glad you're back, Jep. Hope you enjoyed the Lib Coast. Very funny. I did, actually. I really did enjoy Northern California. I liked it a lot more than Southern California. I don't know if that's a good or a bad take, but I'll have a long tweet about my thoughts on California after spending a week in that area. I really, really liked it. I know you've been to Yosemite, but did you explore Northern California at all while you were there?
A little bit, but not much.
You would love it because you like nature and mountains and shit like that. I mean, it's just got everything.
I'll say this, it's not meant to be mean what I'm about to say, but I love hanging out with you. I would love hanging out with Greg as well. Nothing about going to Napa looks fun to me.
Very fair. More than fair.
Did. Like there wasn't one point of the trip where I saw a video he posted and thought like, damn, I'd love to be there. It looked pretty, but man, that is not my thing. I don't think.
No, it's not everybody's thing. And honestly, it was a great time. It was a good thing to do for my first time. It's Napa for me, not the type of place you got to go spend 3 or 4 days. Like if I lived in the area and it's like, hey, you want to go to Napa for the day? It's only an hour from fucking San Francisco, which I never knew.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. Napa is great for someone who is really, really into wine. You go out there, you go to a couple vineyards, taste a few things you can buy. We bought some wine, not a whole lot, but like there's one place where it's like they don't sell it anywhere, which is kind of cool. You can only buy it from them. So we did, looking forward to that, but I'm totally with you. It is not for everyone. It's not totally my style or my speed either, but it was cool to do. So I have some thoughts about that as well. I saw somebody said you should make a video about Napa. I think I'm going to do 2 separate tweets. I'm going to give you my thoughts on Northern California because I'm a really big Northern California guy now. And then I'll give you my thoughts on Napa.
Yeah. One more thing before we move into the baseball board. Didn't you say earlier when we were talking that you wanted to tell a story about dinner or something?
Yeah, although it's probably not even all that great to backtrack. Let's start it tomorrow.
Okay.
Let's do that tomorrow. We'll do tomorrow's recap. I'll give you some more tidbits of the trip and some more storytelling. Steaks and espresso martini guy, not a wine guy. That is absolutely correct. Starting the day with bubbles sounds nice. Yeah, I don't need to start every day with bubbles. But I will tell you this, Steak. You know I don't like champagne. We went to 3 different champagne places. I think, maybe I told you because we streamed Friday. Chandon, like far and away, the best champagne that I had when I was out.
Not surprised to hear.
Yeah. Very, very solid champagne. So if I am buying champagne for whatever reason, if I'm in the mood for it, that's where I'm. No free ads, Chandon. But that's where I'm going with my money. Okay.
Last thing, sorry.
Sure.
Before we start talking about the MLB board, I don't know how to say this. It's just ridiculous if you're not playing Beat the Streak. I'm 2-0 this month. No big deal. Everything starts over in May. I think 3 different people won like $800 cash and $800 in prize picks funds for having the best records and also having a 10-win streak. Starts all over in May. Play Beat the Streak. It's free.
Great. Yes. Good call on that. I'm excited to get back into it. I'm going to make a Beat the Streak play actually right here. Hold on though. I got to keep it 100. Krabs did what you did. Krabs did what you did. I saw this. Hold on. Oh no, he had an Old Bay tweet. Nice job on the Old Bay tweet. Let me make sure I give that a like.
I love Old Bay.
I don't love Old Bay, but I like Old Bay. Hold on. Got to keep Krabs in check. I got to keep you in check. Here we go.
Patch says he hit 10 in a row yesterday. Holy shit, dude.
No way.
That is fucking sick. Congratulations.
All right, so hold on. First and foremost, congratulations to the winners. I did mean to go look back at this. I was going to wait and give my proper credit and condolences. Again, RIP to Owner's Box. We big fans of those guys. I see Sandy in here. Love Sandy. Hold on. I can't find it. Oh, here it is. No. Oh, here it is. Seeing beach balls with my Book It Beat the Streak plays this month. 3-0. Let's go. Remember what I told you about Beat the Streak?
You can't celebrate 3 in a row. I don't know that I agree.
Well, yeah, because you're Mr. Fucking I'm 3-0 on Beat the Streak. If the streak is 10, you can't start shaking that ass until you get to 5.
Okay, fine, whatever. We're up here talking sports, and we got fucking proper Padges in here hitting 10 in a row. Like
that's what I'm saying. You got to get to 10 in a row. You hit 3. That doesn't you're not pouring a glass of champagne for 3. Look at me, I won 3 in a row. No. Jonesy says 6.
Okay, whatever.
Saint Helena.
I've already accepted that, by the way, since the first time you said it.
Okay. All right. Well, I had to keep it 100. When you get to 5, that's when you start moving and grooving and shaking your ass for beat the streak. Now let's get into baseball. I'm with you. Let's talk about what these teams are doing, and then we'll get a beat the streak play in here. I'm looking forward to getting back in it. All right. The New York Mets, first game up that I'm seeing, 540. What a weird game. Maybe this is a makeup game or something. Yeah. Brazaban, cool last name. Against the Rockies, Sagano is pitching. Former Orioles legend. He's got a 2.90 ERA, not terrible. Rockies are 14-21. Somehow that's better than the Mets, 12-22. Total's 11 here, Steak. Bullpen arm. Thank you, Book It Sports. Total is 11. And I'm going to go to the past results and let's see what the Mets have done. So the Mets just won a series.
Fine.
First series they've won since the Twins. And let's see. They just played the Rockies in New York and they got swept. The Mets just won the series in LA against the Angels. And even the game they lost 4-3 against Detmers. They had McLean pitching. Yeah, I'll go ahead and say it.
You think what I'm thinking?
The Mets getting swept by the Rockies and then sweeping the Rockies in Colorado just makes sense.
Nope, not what I was going to say at all. Not on the same page. It doesn't make sense?
What?
Anyone betting the Rockies in this game after they just swept the Mets. Then the Mets go back, they win a series in LA, and the Rockies have lost 4 games in a row. They just lost a series to the Braves where they were outscored 28-13. They gave up 28 runs in 3 games. Now the Mets are finally losing the line respect that they get from Vegas, minus 143. And I understand it's a bullpen arm for the Mets. It's still Sagano for the Rockies, so I feel like no one gives a fuck about. And I feel like the Rockies are the nasty play. The Murphy is disgusting, lads. I agree.
This is something I want to look at here.
I think the Mets just suck.
Oh, dude, I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree with you at all. But I don't agree. I don't agree that I don't know that I agree that the Rockies did just get swept. They've lost 4 in a row. No, this is the Mets.
Okay. Well, we're against each other in the first game. Yep. And then Jonesy, Mark Vientos, 2 homers yesterday. He's the hot dude. But also, you know what else I think is a hot dude?
What?
Mickey Moniak. I think he hit a homer yesterday, too.
Dude, I saw, we don't have to spend too much time talking about this, but I saw a tweet yesterday that the Angels released Mickey Moniak for Tim Anderson. Are the Los Angeles Angels the worst run, not even baseball team, sports team? Are they the worst run team in sports?
Feels like they have to be, right?
Because they let guys go before they start getting in a groove, and they always pay for players like after they've already peaked.
Yeah, 100% agree. Just to confirm what I said earlier, Moniak and Vientos, 2 homers yesterday. We're taking both those guys to homer today.
All right, can you make the list?
I got the list going.
Because you got to tweet it.
Got it up here. I'm going to tweet it.
No, you don't.
I got it up here.
All right, I trust you.
You can trust me.
I'm going to go Mets. I'm going to play it. You know what? That might even be my fucking beat the streak play. If it's not too juicy, we'll check that in a little bit. All right. Toronto, Eric Lauer pitching. He's not really been that great this year, huh? I should probably pull up RotoWire and get some. Hold on, MLB starting lineups. Let me see what we got here. Here we go. Okay. Oh boy. Oh, you got to be kidding me. RotoWire's doing this shit now too. Hold on. Can you hear that?
No.
You couldn't hear it?
Before I could, but I can't hear anything now.
All right. I think it stopped. Oh, no. Did you hear that?
No.
Oh, this is bad. Why isn't the volume turning off?
7 minutes, and we've only gotten to 1 game.
All right. Here we are. We're here. I'm trying to make sure I got everything turned off. Eric Lauer, 1-3 with a 6 ERA going against Nick Martinez. Nick Martinez has been a fucking dog this year.
Keep going.
RotoWire has been ruined. Oh, no, this is bad. Can you hear that every time?
No, I can't.
You really can't?
No.
It's an ad playing.
Can't hear it, dude. Let's keep talking.
Okay, let's just
Talk
keep
through
talking.
that. I don't even care.
Okay. Nick Martinez is 2-1 with a 170 RA. The Rays, I can't use this website anymore. It's unfortunate. I'll have to figure something out. Can you? No, it's going to do it to you too. The Rays are 9-1 in their last 10.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
Yes, and they're 11-4 at home, and they're 21-12, and they never fucking lose, and it's absolutely insane.
Oh, you faded the Rays, didn't you? Yeah, that's great. Good job. Good job.
Yeah. I want to talk about it.
Yeah, I bet you don't. The Rays refuse to lose. Yeah. So the Toronto Blue Jays are coming in. They're 16-18. They're playing a little bit better. They're 6-4 in their last 10. I'll tell you this. Again, I credit Jovan for pointing this out. The Rays have been a lot better against left-handed pitchers. If it wasn't for that, I would be all over the Blue Jays today. Everybody always says, "Oh, do you ever fade the Rays? Oh, listen, all you do is bet on the Rays." I would fade the Rays today. That's what I would do. Because also at the same time, like Nick Martinez is due for a little bit of regression. However, this is just kind of a different team. I am wondering, though, the Rays at -120 with how well Martinez is pitching and how poorly Lauer's been pitching, is this line a little short?
Yeah, but the thing with it is the Rays don't get respect. That's the whole issue here.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
The Blue Jays, for me, are impossible to figure out, and I told myself I'm done fading the Rays, so I'm going to pass. Okamoto homered yesterday. Hot dude.
The one thing you do have to point out, or we should point out it with the Blue Jays, even though they haven't been all that great, they are winning series. So going back to April 20th, they played a series in LA against the Angels. They won 2 of 3 games. Then they played the Guardians. They won 2 of 3. Then they played the Red Sox, won 2 of 3. Then they split in Minnesota, which isn't that bad because Minnesota's not as pathetic as we all thought they were going to be. There's no off day. They were in Minnesota 4 days. There's no off day. Now they come to Tampa. Quick turnaround. I think, did the Rays have an off day or did the Rays play yesterday? Let's see. Well, every team probably played fucking yesterday. It was Sunday. Yeah, every team played yesterday. But the Rays were home. And they played the Giants. I'll tell you what, talk about the giant lifeless fucking lineup. That team sucks. We'll talk about them another time. I don't know, man. What do you think? I think it's the Blue Jays.
Not doing it.
Okay. Skubal pitching against the Red Sox. Toll going for Boston? No idea who that is. They're 13-21. They're awful. Detroit 18-17. They're 12-3 at home, though. This line look a little short?
No.
195. Why isn't it higher?
You want Skubal because he hasn't been I know he hasn't been bad, but he's not. Has he been dominant?
Who been dominant?
Skubal.
Let's point it out. Let's see. I'm pulling it up right now. I can't pull up fucking RotoWire.
Who's on the Book It Sports chat? Who's running that? I need to know.
Toll is sleepy good. Toll is him. Lad's not. Lad's getting timed out.
Why? What do Lad's do?
Not knowing Toll is insane.
Oh. How long did you time him out for, dude? For you not knowing Toll?
Not knowing Toll is insane.
How long did you time out Lads for?
There's only one time you can time people out. It's 10 minutes.
600 seconds. Wow. Okay. Anyways, the only thing I care about tonight is Torkelson. He homered last game. He's my favorite hot dude in all of the MLB. And he's homering again today. That's what he does. He homers in games after he homers in games. That's what the fuck he does. I don't really like the side.
Total 7.
Don't tell him that, Pega. Do not fucking tell him that.
What he said?
We can time out for a lot more. It's the last thing you need to know.
No, it's not about the length of the timeout. It's just about being timed out. Yeah. Not knowing Peyton Toll is insane is an insane comment. So that's
Torkelson, McKiffin.
I think that line's short, but I'm not gonna do it. I'm just curious though. What has Boston been up to? We're supposed to talk about what these teams have been doing, Stakes. So you got to help me out a little bit.
They're dog shit. The Mets and the Red Sox are the 2 most disappointing teams in the MLB. They're dog shit.
Has Goots mentioned at all how the only series the Boston Red Sox have won has been against Baltimore in Baltimore?
I really doubt Goots has mentioned that.
He should have mentioned that. He probably didn't, but he should have mentioned.
Let me just say something about Goots. And I love Goots, but then sometimes he really grinds my gears. Were you listening to BTL when he was like he'd never heard "Lose Yourself" or seen 8 Mile?
No.
I mean, I get it, bro. You don't like rap music. I feel like you're trying to make a statement. You don't like hip hop, but like that's fucking ridiculous, right?
Yeah, I like Goots a lot too. Goots is great.
He said on the show, Steak is going to give me shit for this, and I almost forgot until you just said his name. But like, I have to give him shit for that.
But I have a question, and this isn't even really so much about Goots. Goots is a diehard Baltimore guy.
Yeah.
I think nothing surprises me with people from Baltimore. Baltimore is like this little tiny area of the country, almost like the whole region of Northern California. I don't know anything about, and I don't know what to expect, but like we've encountered a few. Remember Thrasher? You know, Thrasher had people from Baltimore, they kind of talk weird. They kind of just say weird things. You know, it's not that I don't like them, but I'm not surprised by anything anyone from Baltimore does or does not know, if that makes sense.
I mean this respectfully as I can make it sound, so I'll just say it. I would think people from Baltimore would love a story about a trailer park white trash rapper. Is that wrong?
No, it's not. That's really funny. Okay. That's really funny.
One more thing I'd like to say before we move on from Goots. Do you want to guess what he said was the best song of all time?
All right. Well, if he doesn't like hip hop, was it like classic rock or country?
I think it would be described as classic rock.
That's going to be kind of tough. I don't know if you're asking me like that.
Famous song.
Is it like Born in the USA?
It's a great guess, honestly.
Is it?
Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen.
Great take. You don't like that song?
Well, no, I like that song. I had a feeling you'd love the take. Do I think it's the greatest song ever? No, not at all.
No, it's a really good song.
Really good song.
The way you framed the question, I thought it was going to be a really bad song.
Born in the USA was a good guess.
Yeah, Born in the USA would have been.
Anything Leonard Skinner would be a good guess. I love Tom Petty, but I feel like Tom Petty would be a good guess.
Yeah, Tom Petty is very, very basic bitch. All right, let's keep moving here. Jansen Junk pitching for the Miami Marlins. The Marlins are a pick'em against the rat shit Philadelphia Phillies. 14-20 on the year, 6-10 on the road. Miami's 11-8 at home. What do we think here, Steak? Nola's got a 6 ERA. I like Junk.
4 out of 5 for the Phillies. I'm seeing a little bit of hope back in the eyes of Phillies fans. Seeing it on Twitter a little bit. I feel like there's a little bit of hope back. Philly won the first. No, I'm sorry. These teams just played a series, and Philly won 2-1 in Miami. So they're playing again, or is this just the fourth game of this series? Fourth game of this series. It's a 4-game series. I'm stupid. That's what it has to be, right?
Total's 8.5. Yes.
Okay.
Well, there's also a way to find that out, but don't worry, I'll do it for you.
No, it's okay. Yes. I don't need to because it's a stupid question.
Okay.
No hot dudes really sticking out to me. Bryce Stott homered. Low key, I want to take the Marlins.
You know what I want to take? I don't want to take the over. Well, no, I guess that total makes sense. 2 games have gone over in this series, 6-5. Yesterday's game 7-2. The Phillies did get shut out. Man, this is tough. I don't know. I can't put my money in this game. Right now, I like the Mets. I would probably bet the Blue Jays. I'm not doing it. I like Boston plus 1.5, and I'd probably go against you. I'd probably go Phillies.
Yeah, so we're against each other completely. I like the Rockies, and I like the Marlins, and then Vientos, Moniak, Torkelson.
Yep. I just came out of the wilderness, though. I am not tapped in, so please, no, everybody
totally should. I've been so balls deep in NBA playoffs. I'm not tapped in either, to be honest.
Okay. Baltimore. Ooh, Shane Baz going against the Yankees. I could have gone and seen Baz pitch today, but no chance I'm doing that.
You could go see Schlittler pitch.
Schlittler, my dog Schlittler. Man, I wish I had a Cy Young ticket.
I do. Thank you, Corn. Hashtag thank you, Cornfields. Even if he doesn't win, thank you. He got it. I got it 30-1.
When did you get that?
When Cornfield DM'd me to take it.
Oh, and he didn't DM me. Cornfields never gives me fucking anything worth a shit, ever.
I bet you he did.
He gave me Jose Caballero to lead the league in stolen bases the year he got second, and then he won it the following year. I'll give you one.
They can't all be home runs. He gave you that Falcons guy to win Defensive Rookie of the Year, right?
No, he actually tweeted that finally. The final fucking time he puts a bet out there before it's green. No, I'll give you one he gave me. He never talks about this. He always calls me the mush. He gave me Bobby Miller, strikeout leader, after his first start a couple years ago. Do you remember this, Corn? He gave me Bobby Miller, strikeout leader. I put it in. It was 100-1 or 201. I like Bobby Miller. No, I can't. Yeah, I can't.
Yeah, so what the fuck are we doing here?
Well, I still like to know.
Oh, God. Reen, I'm going to figure that out right after this stream.
All right, that's fair. Fair defense from Cornfields. I would still like to know. I love awards betting. I would like to know what you like and if you're going to take something.
The fucking Orioles aren't doing so hot against the Yankees. What do we like here? Yankees won 3 in a row. They're outscoring them 27-9 so far in this series. I think Judge homered yesterday, if I'm not mistaken.
Can we talk about something for a second?
Sure. Whatever you want. Anything.
The Yankees team total over, win total over.
Mm-hmm.
Do I cash that already?
I don't. Sure. You can do whatever the fuck you want.
Yankees win total over. I'll go ahead and say it since this we're book it, guys. Free as ma. 23-11. Free as fucking ma. 23-11, 11-5 at home. This team can't stop winning. They're a good baseball team. What do you got that look for?
What you just did does make me want to bet the Orioles. It kind of reminds me when Judge has a few bad games, so Krabs chirps him, and then he hits 4 home runs in a row. Judge did homer yesterday, by the way. So did Ben Rice. But what you just did make me want to bet the Orioles a little.
Do it.
Snacks is saying don't do it. But see, the problem is I respect Snacks' opinion, but also he's a fan saying his team sucks. And usually that's like an autoplay for me.
He's a fan saying his
team sucks. Not
his
to bet.
Team does suck.
KP saying it. He's not even an Orioles fan. And McKiffin's saying don't fade the Yankees. You guys are making me want to fade the Yankees because I'm stupid.
Did you say Ben Rice homered again?
Yeah, Ben Rice is a dirty, dirty boy.
Dirty boy. I have a lot of FOMO. I have a lot of Ben Rice FOMO. Let me see something real quick. What is he doing here? Let's see.
Ben Rice is hurt, Snack says.
Oh, no.
That's awful.
What did he do?
Did not know that.
Oh, yeah.
I can't say Sink is going to yell at me if I say it.
First player in baseball with 2 WAR. Like, yeah. Oh, we know what that means.
Like he's fought in 2 wars.
Yeah. If he's the first player in baseball with 2 WAR, Yandy must have 1.9. All right. I will say this. If you bet the Orioles today, I don't often do this. I thought about chirping you with the Raptors money line because I'm a Cavs guy, but I chose not to. I'm gonna make fun of you.
Okay.
I'm gonna clown you.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. Cubs minus 200, total 11.5 against the Reds. The Reds.
Do we have a debutante here?
Oh, I don't know. C. Petty. Where's Yalads? Is Yalads out of timeout? He's going to come here and be like, oh, you don't know fucking C. Petty? That's the craziest shit I ever heard.
Someone tell me, Brinks picks, anybody is Chase Petty a debutante? No, he's pitched in the MLB. Just not this year then, KP? He is bad. Okay. Season debut.
Way too much juice on the Cubs here. Yeah, my Reds are falling off a little bit. 4-6 in their last 10.
They went to Pittsburgh and got dicked down.
The Reds did?
Series. Absolutely. They got outscored 9-1, 17-7, and then they had a nice fun old 1-0 pitchers duel. Cubs can't lose. Cubs can't fucking lose.
No. Won 5 in a row.
And Chase Petty is not a complete debutante, but I believe it's a seasoned debutante.
I think that, oh man. I would say this. Cubs minus 1.5 feels a little obvious today, does it not?
Yes.
So for that reason, I'd probably get involved a little bit with the Reds.
Cool.
Back the pitcher nobody wants to back, and a team that's kind of slumping, but a team that is pretty damn good. This is still a 20-14 Reds team. This line, someone said it, too much juice, probably for a reason. The books are probably telling us something, but sometimes fuck the books. The books try to tell us the Celtics were minus 1,300 favorites. No, fuck them. Anyways, we'll keep moving. Royals, couple more games here. We're going to finish strong. Thank you guys, as always, for tuning into the board review every weekday, 10 a.m. Good to be back. Huaca, Royals minus 115. How about the Royals getting right? Stake 7-3 in their last 10, and the Guardians falling off a little bit, 4-6 in their last 10. If Bobby Witt got hot as soon as I left and stopped betting on him, I'm gonna be really upset.
He did kind of.
My fucking bitch. Total high. Yep, I like what X Finchy is saying. Royals went to Seattle and swept the Mariners. Very impressive.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. First game back after a long road trip. That is the Malinsky special to fade them. This is a tough game. Totals high with Bobby and Waka. Yeah, it is. It must be a windy day in Kansas City. I don't really know. I don't know what to say about this.
Absolutely 100% in on the over. Add it to my card.
Okay. Every time I do that with a Royals game, it never works, but I'm with you. You. All right, let's go to St. Louis. Lee. How do you say that last name?
Leahy.
Leahy?
That's my guess. I think it's a pretty good guess, by the way.
Leahy.
Your guesses are awful.
Leahy?
I just feel like I nailed it.
Leahy. Yeah, you probably did. Leahy against Chad Patrick. This guy, Chad Patrick. Do you remember when I faded Chad Patrick? I said you can't trust guys with two first names. He fucked me up, that guy. Chad Patrick. No more fading Chad Patrick for me. I don't know why. I like the St. Louis Cardinals. Like, for some stupid reason, I find myself betting on them more often than not. I don't know when I'm up. I'll check my Pickett Performance Center to see if I'm up or down on the season. But I think this is a lot of respect for the Cardinals.
It is. But at some point, they're going to have to start getting it because they're 20-14.
Very funny. Can't trust people with two first names. Yeah, well, you can't, but they can go out and pitch well, apparently. So,
yeah.
Total 8.5. Cardinals don't have the pitching advantage today, but it's a pick 'em. It's not
Patrick,
like they're that great.
Fun, man, because Patrick is also a last name.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I don't know. It's just a saying. It's just a saying. There's no actual reason. By the way, you see his PFP. It's me and I will at the LIU Sharks game.
I wonder if that means I Will's name is Isaiah William or something like that. The way he asked that makes me think he has two first names.
Probably. Yeah, probably. All right. You got anything in this game, or should we keep moving? Any hot dudes?
No hot dudes. No hot dudes to speak of.
Yeah, Esto, you're probably right. All right, let's go to Houston. Okert is pitching for the Astros, plus 175 at home. Astros, no bueno this year. You called that. 14-21. The Dodgers, 21-13. 5-5 in their last 10. Nothing special. Total at 9. Yamamoto on the bump. Dodgers are laying minus 190 in Houston on the ROAD. Yamamoto with a 2.92 ERA. Any thoughts on this one?
So I've seen a couple people say it in the chat. I also saw it on Twitter. Kyle Tucker back in Houston. And something I've noticed about the MLB this year is like when somebody will post a graphic of like, these are the most 5 popular home run hitters today. It feels like 3 of them homer. And so the fact that everyone's talking about Kyle Tucker back in Houston, I almost just want to square up and take him.
So this is where you do think sometimes it's kind of interesting to me. Let me explain something. Hold on. I need you to lock in. You just referenced someone doing something on Twitter, but that someone is Pickett. Why not just say Pickett?
Yeah, but no, other people are talking about talk about the most popular home run hitters for sure.
Oh, okay.
For example, one day Trent faded them all, like all 5.
Was it Pickett's tweet?
Probably, but no, I've seen other people talk about it, but I get what you're saying. We can move on. Because now you're making it sound like I don't want to talk about our sponsor when I just posted.
Well, it's not that you don't want to talk about your sponsor, because you don't just do this specifically with Pickett. You do that in general sometimes. There is one person does something and you say everyone does it. Like,
because a lot of people talk about the most
popular. Keep saying a lot of people, but hold on. Pickett tweets specifically the most popular bet home run hitters, and they keep hitting. Yeah, this is what you do. Rush out of it. Rush out of it. Say, all right, bye. I gotta go. That's right. Got your feet.
I don't gotta go, but I mean, do you see what's next on the board?
No, but do you want to fade Kyle Tucker?
No, I don't want to fade him. I want to take him.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's glaze you for a second. You're more than profitable betting on your Chicago White Sox.
Plus $392.
That had a 4 in it yesterday. Did they lose?
Yep, they lost. They lost their first time, and they lost their first. What the fuck you laughing about, bitch?
Listen.
They fucking won every day while you were out in the wilderness, fucking snorting fucking wine.
Martin's pitching today. What do you know about your guy Martin? You even know his first name?
Pitcher pitching great.
What's his first name?
Davis.
Oh, you had to look at that, huh?
Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah, okay. Davis Martin. He's been pitching great against Soriano, who's one of the best pitchers in baseball. Angels are minus 150, 13-22. Horrendous organization.
What's Soriano's first name?
Jose.
Wrong. Juniper.
No, it's very funny. All right. Total 7.5. I like your White Sox today.
Good. I'm glad you do.
Do you?
Yeah, I like them every day.
That's right.
Every day. Fun team. Even yesterday, lost to San Diego. They were down 3-1. Guy you never heard of ties it up 3-3 because his team is just full of fucking heart. It's just full of heart. But then once it came down to needing to get a run off Mason Miller, everybody knew that wasn't possible, and he struck out the side. Yes, I like the White Sox today.
Okay.
Murakami hasn't homered in a few days. That means that shit's happening.
I have another take on this game.
Sure.
Obvious under.
Yeah.
I don't know how these have been doing. I need to start paying attention. I'm going to document them. This would be my obvious under fade of the day. I'd probably go over here. All right, let's finish strong. 2 more.
Same fair, no doubt or daddy. I'm not. I think it's unfair to say I'm fading Soriano because I bet the White Sox every day.
Also, I don't want to be grouped into this. Y'all woke up and decided to fade the 2. I'm not fading fucking Cam Schlittler. Thank you very much. This moron is fading it. Okay. But I will take the White Sox with him because I'm more so fading the Angels.
I think I'm off fading Schlittler. I didn't really realize I was doing that, but
okay. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. You shouldn't do it. You shouldn't do it. Yankees are going to beat Baz up, beat that. What is that? Yin Yang Twin song? Beat that cat with a dog. That's what they're going to do. Beat that cat. Do people know Yin Yang Twins? We should probably reference them a little bit.
I think people know Yin Yang Twins for sure. They specifically know that song. Isn't Whisper the Yin Yang Twins?
Yeah. We already have a clip of me singing that to you. That was a good one. That was an OG one. Yeah. Beat that Baz up. That's right. Beat that Baz up.
Goots knows the Yin Yang Twins. I mean, there's no shot. Goots probably thinks the Yin Yang Twins are Murakami and Shohei Ohtani. Oh, fuck. We got to move on quickly.
That was very good. All this Goots talk, and he's not even here. Where is this guy? He's probably out, please, too.
He went to a wedding last night. He's in fucking Maryland, dude.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Sunday wedding. I don't. Would you rather go to a Friday wedding or a Sunday wedding?
I would rather go to a Friday wedding.
Yeah. Friday weddings are kind of tough. I don't know which one I would rather do. All right, Logan Gilbert and the Seattle Mariners are minus 140 at home against the Atlanta Braves, the hot Atlanta Braves with Richie pitching. Don't know who this guy is. 25-10. Braves are hot, red hot. 13-4 on the road, 8-2 in their last 10.
Braves are just good. Hot is not the word anymore. I think the Braves.
Okay, good correction by you. A lot of respect for the Mariners, is it not?
Yeah, it is. Just got swept by the Royals. Braves just swept the Rockies, which normally wouldn't be impressive, but the Rockies have been pretty feisty this year.
Mm-hmm.
Scored 11 runs yesterday. They got hot dudes all over the place. Let's see. Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know what hot dude to buy. And nobody homered yesterday except Helm. Oh, and Mateo. Yeah, nobody's sticking out to me as a hot dude for the Braves. I'll say
what about the Mariners? McKiffin says Julio Rodriguez. Is he doing anything?
Did he homer yesterday?
I don't know. Can you tell me?
I can tell you. I can't wait.
I can't wait either.
No, nobody homered for them yesterday.
Yeah. Okay. Braves lefty's been crushing righties, and it won't change.
I Don't disagree whatsoever. I have zero interest in fading the Braves. Absolutely none.
Okay. All right, last game. I'm going to wrap it up. Solid 2 hours from your favorite fake sharps. It's been a fun stream. I'm happy to get back in the saddle. And I'm going to press some buttons because I haven't really gambled in the past couple of days. You can see my Pickett if you're following me on Pickett. By the way, you can see who copies your bets if you click them, which I think is hilarious. I don't know how many followers I have on Pickett now, a couple thousand. But there's 2 people who copied my Sixers to win it all future, which I thought was really interesting. It says how many people have it placed just overall in general in the Pickett community, but 2 people copied that, which I thought was great.
I love that.
Me too. The San Francisco Giants at home +120. The San Diego Padres -130. Randy Vasquez on the boom with some guy named McDonald. Let me just explain something to you, okay? Yes, I went to San Francisco to Giants game and I watched them somehow beat the Miami Marlins. I just want to point out the San Francisco Giants have one of the most boring, bland, vanilla lineups I have ever seen in baseball. And somehow I saw a Giants fan account tweet that the Giants have a $200 million payroll and they just got swept by the Rays who have an $80 million payroll. I can't believe they are paying $200+ million for those bats. Who the fuck is even on there? And don't tell me Rafi Devers, because that dude is, I'm sorry, but he's fat.
That's not who's making the money, right?
Well, yeah, definitely. But like, who the fuck else? Matt Chapman, Adames. Yeah, I guess so. The big bat. When I sat down, the people next to me were San Francisco Giants season ticket holders, and they said Adames has been bad. They said he's been bad. And
I tried betting him a few times early in the year, and it was
that's right. I keep forgetting they have Arias. Damn.
Well, is this guy Trevor McDonald a debutante?
I don't know, but I like that you asked that.
I believe that this is the weird short line of the day, and I may have to press the Giants after all that hatred.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah. You're right. I'm with you. Also, think about how bad the spot is for San Francisco. They're just coming back from getting swept by the Rays.
Yeah, it's a really bad spot, and I don't know what people think about Randy Vasquez, but he certainly hasn't been terrible this year, and Trevor McDonald hasn't pitched this year, and this is a weird line.
Yeah, that is
and over. I don't hate that either.
That is a weird line. All right, quick recap, Steak, and then let's get out of here. Rockies, Mets. What do you like? I like the Mets.
I like the Rockies.
Raptors, Rays. Jesus.
Sorry, Moniak and Vientos. I'm gonna do the hot guys as we go through this. Moniak and Vientos for that game.
Okay, Toronto, Tampa.
Okamoto, hot dude. Long pause.
He's a Blue Jay?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know who that is. Oh, I remember that guy. Got it. Yeah, I think it's the Blue Jays today, unfortunately. I like the Mets too. I think the Tigers only being -190 against the dog shit Red Sox is really, really concerning for the Tigers. This feels like a 4-3 game. I like Boston +1.5.
Couldn't pay me to bet the side or anything on this. Just Spencer Torkelson home run.
Phillies, Marlins. I'm gonna pass.
I'll go Marlins.
Orioles, Yankees.
Judge, Ben Rice, but apparently Ben Rice is day-to-day, so Judge is the hot dude. I was going to fade and take the Orioles, but no doubt or doubt he talked some sense into me, so I'll pass. Already invested, cash it.
Oh, nice. I love that. For what it's worth, Baz did pitch against the Astros. He got a win. 5 2/3, 6 hits, 1 earned run, 6 strikeouts. That's one of his better performances of this season. He does give up a lot of hits, though. I think the Yankees are going to fuck him up. I really do. Okay. Reds and the Cubs. It's probably the Cubs by murder, but something in me just wants to take the Reds. Can't help it.
Something in me kind of wants to take the Reds too, but I don't know if I'm going to do it.
I might do it. Kansas City, Cleveland. The total's 9. You like it?
I like the over.
The over, right? St. Louis, Milwaukee. I think this is a lot of respect for the Cardinals, and I'd probably take the bait, but I'm going to pass.
I'm going to pass as well.
I'm not good fading the Brewers. Dodgers -190 in Houston.
Kyle Tucker home run.
Whoa, no way. There might be a rain out in San Francisco. That never happens. Jeff brought the rain and left. Wow. Oh, the weather was getting bad in San Fran. We left at like the perfect time. Yeah. Angels and White Sox collab on the Angels. Sorry, collab on the White Sox.
Something white people always say is either if they leave and the weather gets bad, they say we left at the perfect time. And if they get to a restaurant and then it gets busy after you get seated, they say we got here at the perfect time.
That's true. Yeah.
Sorry, keep going.
Okay. Seattle and Atlanta, nothing for me.
Yeah, I don't want to fade the Braves.
Kind of with you on the Giants being the short line of the night. It would be the short line. All right, hold on.
Also, Manny Machado, hot dude, homered yesterday.
Don't sign off just yet. Knicks and Sixers. What's your best bet?
I like the Knicks tonight, and I'm going to keep riding the hot dude, OG Anunoby.
Spurs have ballooned up to 15.5. I guess that means Ant's not playing.
The Whales are watching. Ant's absolutely not playing. That's a testicle bet. Plus 980, Castle to lead the game in scoring.
Tailing.
Spurs muckage.
Tailing. Carolina Flyers and on the ice, total 5.5. It's probably going to be a series of unders. This feels like a 2-1 game. Wouldn't surprise me if the Flyers at least cover the puck line. I would be on Philly plus 1.5. Already invested, not going to touch it.
I'd pass. I'd probably go with Carolina.
Vegas minus 160 against Anaheim. I'm going to stop fading Anaheim, but I think it's Vegas tonight.
Okay.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for tuning into the board review. We will see you tomorrow. 10 a.m. Stick around behind the lines. Well, I don't know. The office didn't have power this morning, they said, but
they got the power back. Plus, I bet you can make it happen either way.
All right. Well, regardless, you guys have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. Good luck on all your wagers. Bye-bye.